Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to Adventures in Trackless. We last left off, Zebediah's new home isn't really a home anymore.
Oops.
It happens. You know, liches, am I right? And the Baron...
We know more than most.
Like, literally, we've known too many liches. It's a problem.
Entirely too many liches. Most of which are still alive. In a way.
In a way, yeah.
As alive as they could be.
We'll start with the Baron, as he's in the wheat field. This gnome farmer guy went to offer him some tea and stuff. Said you looked kind of tired, like you did some really high level magic thing that was like a ritual cast or something.
I take the tea. I'm like, anyway, I must be going back to my friend. It might be a little bit of a trip.
Oh well, safe travels then.
Thank you. Enjoy the house.
Oh, you mean the dirt clump? Oh. I'm sure.
Good for fertilizer. Yes. And I do the ritual to return to Torad.
Roll me a d100.
No.
Oh, no.
Nothing like a wee bit of chaos.
Like a wee D100 roll.
Yeah.
93.
93? You guys are...
High means close to target.
Okay. While he's teleporting back, everybody else is standing knee to waist deep. There's no real, exact level here of swamp water. As you guys are standing in the swamp that was underneath this, the floating heart of Utau that is now gone.
Except for Azra, who's in the rope trick.
Yes.
I am.
Her and Chuck.
Does this area look like it has a lot of clay? Being a swamp, I assumed it would.
Give me a nature check. I know you're good at those.
What kind of soil is it? Oxisol? Ultrasol?
Soil, swamp.
Matters.
Well, I rolled a 20. So that makes my nature check to identify whether or not there's sufficient number of clay here 25.
Yeah, there is more than enough clay here. The problem is getting it dry.
Well, we happen to have someone who is good at making fire, so that won't be a problem.
You hear muffled screaming from inside the room.
I could make you a new house. It would take a while, and I would need Azra's help to dry the clay into stone.
Oh, to Zebediah. Sorry, I forgot he was here. My bad. He goes, you don't need to worry about it. It was a gift, so technically I didn't lose anything.
And this magic doesn't take too long to use. If I spent a day doing this, you would have a nice-sized clay house made out of cooked clay.
Personally, I prefer wood, and I was thinking of actually getting myself a little fishing hut off the coast near port, maybe. But Utau gave me this, and then turns out it was occupied. So
You did squatters.
I'm
and I don't think Utau did either.
I'm just happy that none of you were hurt, at least mortally.
Just like side glare to Tess.
Well, there's no real need for us to be in the swamp anymore, so let's head back to Port Nyanzaru. I can prestidigitate everybody's clothes. It should be fine.
Well, I thought we were going to go to the tomb, right? And this is on the way?
Yeah, we were going to, but now that I look around here, we're literally in the middle of the continent, and it's about 100 miles south. So
Okay.
I can teleport us there. I just one of these, and he points to that rock that you guys came in on, and it's like the size of a magic circle, but it's got Ubtau's sign, which is a maze. He says, but maybe we should just go back to Port Nyanzaru and maybe get stocked up and stuff. The only reason I wanted to come here is to like just set up my house real quick, and you have a relatively safe spot to go in case somehow we did get split up in the jungle.
That's fair. We should wait for the Baron to come back, though.
Is that vampire?
I could still raise a bunch of clay if I or shape earth in the area here too to make a platform for a house.
If we take a long rest, I could fabricate it. But I don't look it, but I'm quite the carpenter. As he like pulls on the studded leather, like gladiator armor that he's wearing. That's kind of like not fitting for a wizard, but since he's a hobgoblin, it kind of like fits that hybrid he's got going. And he pulls it like suspenders, you know.
I could flatten the earth enough so you to build a house on here.
That works. I'll help you with that. So you guys start to work on that, and like you guys maybe.
I use the 6th level Druid spell, Move Earth, to raise the earth up a little ways like a mound, making a nice flat mound for him to build a house on.
Amazing.
Well,
yep.
Well, damn. He says as he was just going to use like very minor spells because he already used all his 6th and 5th levels. Or no, he doesn't even have 6th. He used all of his 5th and 4th level spell slots today. So
I could just cast Leah's tiny hut, and it would make everything around us dry and comfortable. Instead of you guys blowing your load on high level magic.
We're gonna rest anyway.
As you like, what do you shape it as? Is it kind of like Cell's tournament ring, where it's like this perfect square platform?
Yeah, it's like a raised platform where the sides are angled, like angled hill that come up out of the ground, and the top of it's just nice and flat.
Kind of like a little.
So it's away from the swamp water.
Like a plateau, like a little bit above it. Then.
Right. And I make a little drainage trench on the 4 sides, so that if water collects at the top, it'll run down the drainage trench to the bottom, where the swamp water is at.
Zebediah scratches his hobgoblin beard and is like, he seems to approve. As he's inspecting your work, there is like a Terminator, like lightning flash of light, and then the Baron appears right in the middle of this the earth area you molded.
I just imagine we just hear distant screams from inside the rope trick.
That is unusual. Normally there is no lightning.
I was gonna say, in the meantime, Azra has like floated out with her boots, and she's got the like a 3-year-old holding a cat in the way that they're not meant to hold a cat, and it's like all too tight. She's like,
like bottom feet just the bottom feet loose, just dangling.
Yeah, the bottom feet are like dangling, and Madi's like, I don't know.
You just see like the tail just flipping back and forth in the pissed off cat mode.
And also wings are like sticking out in all directions. Yeah, she's fine.
Oh god. The blink dogs are probably bathing in the disgusting swamp soup.
Rolling around in swamp water. You'll have to pick the leeches off of them when we leave.
Be like, hey, I found something dead. Let's go roll in it.
You're looking for him?
Dead and
they're intelligent.
You're looking for him.
They're intelligent, but they're
dogs.
still dogs. Yeah.
So like...
You're looking...
The dog's not going to identify dirt like we do. It's going to go, hey, this cold mud feels great on my skin.
Great for my complexion.
It's like, hey, I smelled something disgusting. Let's go sniff it too. I mean, okay, that's an actual thing that real life people do. The whole "this smells disgusting, come smell it too."
Oh, yeah. People do it.
Yeah, it's a man thing.
Smell my finger.
I grew up with brothers. Yes, that's a man thing.
Forts are funny. They are funny though.
They are.
You notice that now you're thinking about the blink dogs. You can just barely see their heads. Their heads are like up like this in the water because it's knee high, like at the shallowest for you guys. So they're like just swimming, and their feet are just like barely touching the ground, but they're technically swimming around in swamp water.
I will pick them up and put them on top of the mound of dirt.
And from the artwork you showed me, you pictured them as they kind of got like the lassie breed long hair, so they probably maybe not doubled their weight, but they're a lot heavier than they were before.
Oh.
Baby babies.
Hey, so I'm guessing she didn't go with you since, you're not dead.
No, she's gone.
Good.
I'm so sorry. She took your house with you, Zebediah. She just took it. Damn squatters.
Maddie.
What's your deception? What's your deception bonus? You don't need to roll.
I'm just trying to...
He's trying to find it.
I know it's pretty good, that's why I'm wondering.
9.
9?
9?
I'm actually wearing the Mighty 9 shit underneath this jumper right now.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
But
Zebediah,
it's too cold.
Yes.
Zebediah just shrugs and says, well, at least you're not hurt.
Yes, I'm fine. Nice place.
So we were talking about going back to Port Nyanzaru.
I thought we were going to Omu.
Well, we can... I got a much more direct teleportation circle that I can take us right at the top of the palace in Omu. But,
He just wanted to stop by here to set up his house, and then, oops.
yeah, I don't know what to expect there. I just know that's where the Yanti are based at, so they might have traps set up right on the circle in case somebody uses it. So I was thinking maybe we could go to the port, prepare, maybe get a long rest. I know I'm low on spells.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. Let us rest here.
You hear like swamp noises, and it just smells of
I
sulfur.
only used one spell slot that whole time.
I don't think I've used any. Because we came here first thing in the morning.
Was anybody actually hurt?
I
I mean, your sister
don't
was,
think so.
Tess was, but I think that was it.
Yeah, I don't think any of us took damage.
Yeah.
Not a real person.
Only thing I need is one fly thing.
As you guys say that, you hear like some...
Did Tess even get hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
No, she got blasted for something.
She got touched by the lich.
Yeah, she
Oh, that's
got
right, yeah.
lich touched. I think
She
took cold damage, right?
She looks like her HP won't go up to what it's supposed to be until a long rest anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like, there's a clear, like, cold burn hand mark on her neck where this lich touched her.
But we need to get that looked at.
She needs a nap real good.
As you guys are saying that, you hear burbling and stuff of the water in the swamp nearby. And poking its head out, because it's really bad at stealth, are two weird human eyes, maybe, on stalks. And they just look at you, and you can just barely make out in the swamp water, maybe a reddish hue of something that it's attached to.
Does this look like the gazers that we saw way back in the day?
This actually could be a history check. Of all things. It could be history.
Ezra goes back into the rope trick.
Or Arcana.
Natural 20.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
Oh my god. Seb also got natural 20.
That
Nature?
is a
Nature?
27.
Also.
For him.
Seb's gonna go with nature. Wait, should he go with religion?
That's a 14.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Oh boy. Azra still believes in you.
Both the
I'm
Baron-
distracted. I'm traumatized still.
That's fair enough.
What did the Baron get again?
27.
27? It's definitely a medium-sized humanoid of some kind. It's not one of these gazers she spoke of. It's definitely not some apparition. But it's definitely very animalistic-like. The eye stalks almost remind you of like those that some crustaceans have, but you've never seen this kind before. The eyes look very humanoid.
It is some sort of
Oh my god,
humanoid
it's a lobster man.
mollusk.
I don't know what that
Get
is.
up here. Stop
Dagger
staring.
Dagger has heard of a lobster folk. That's as much as you got out of the 14.
Azra's in the rope
Whisper.
trick, but Morty's face is peeking out.
I'm gonna grab
Genasi.
a cup and jump
Butter.
up on the solid ground that Varth made.
But,
Do we have butter?
Yeah, I move up to the solid ground.
No?
We don't have a
butter.
the pot of things.
Is that like butter? And he just like
The pot of
uses
oil making.
prestidigitation to make like a small little stick of butter in his hand.
Oh my god.
Hey, do you need to
Why
hand under
always
the
cannibalism?
sun, lobster man?
No, we I think we're fine. We don't mean any harm. We're actually just about to leave. He says, looking down at these little eye stalks that are looking at you, and then that's when it breaches out of the water, but slowly, almost like like Godzilla coming out of the ocean, kind of slow. Maybe not as dramatic, but it takes it a while. And you guys see this very bizarre-looking creature called a lobster boat. Not the dwarf over there, but the guy in the middle. Not this cute little bunny
Definitely
rabbit.
not
unfortunately.
Unibunny.
So you're saying the one that looks a bit like a lobster?
Yes.
I mean, one could gather, yes.
Just making sure it wasn't the albino dwarf or the rabbit.
Unibunny.
I'm going to have this thing roll an insight. Okay. It realizes that you aren't scared of it.
Would this thing be considered a beast?
With your
Not to be
nature... Oh, you can roll me a nature check if you want.
24.
Ooh, they have an interesting alignment. These are definitely human... Ooh, no they're not. They're monstrosities.
Ugh.
Yeah, with that
Damn it.
face.
But you can tell maybe they used to be humanoid at one point, because the face itself, like there's a nose and mouth of like maybe human, and the eyes at the end of the
Of
eye
the
stalks
Medusa
are very
sort.
human-like, but the rest of it is very monster. It's
Lobster.
like a lobster monster guy. They're about as big as the damn, I keep forgetting what they're called. Those the crab guys in Fallout.
Okay, alright. Meyer lurks.
Yeah. They're about as big as it's about as big as one of those. It's got like barnacles on the side of its shit and its back, and it has two big lobster claws, and it just looks at you, and then you notice that around you, around the water, a few more burble up and pop up.
We need more butter.
I kind of look at our mound of land, and I look down at them, and I go, ours.
One of them in the back. What's your passive perception?
They speak common.
My passive perception
I know.
is like 11. They haven't spoken yet, so I'm not sure they can
No,
talk.
they totally just did.
Yeah.
Did they? I didn't hear them
Yes.
speak.
I thought that was Zeb.
No, that was Zeb.
Oh, it was? No, I thought they said we don't think that.
No, Zeb was
Oh,
like,
Zeb
hey,
was like,
we're not trying
we don't.
Oh.
Yeah, Zeb was like, we're not trying to mess with you.
One that
Yeah,
looks about half the size of the other ones. Its lobster claw like reaches out towards your earthbound and it's like pokes it. Seems like curious.
No,
You have to be careful.
I see that.
Natives
I
don't like it when you come and claim their land.
I wonder
You have
why.
to kill them for it.
We're not going to do that. Do we just want to leave, Zeb?
Yeah, we're just gonna leave. As he's trying
We
to
were
say that
leaving anyway.
to the first one, as he's just like facing him, but he's going towards that circle maze that you guys teleported on. Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
make
a
a little-
scrambling blur as I come out of the.
I make a little walkway out of the earth for us to lead from the circle to the earth mound. A little walkway. It rises up out of the swamp.
They just kind of like watch you all as you head towards this maze symbol, and Zeb traces with his finger the correct sequence to go from the edge of the maze to the center of the maze, which goes to activate the teleportation circle. And as they see him interacting with the maze, they seem to recoil, almost like they're scared of it, and they go back into the swamp.
Bye.
It must be from
I
the
wait.
retroverse.
Goodbye.
So
They might have been cursed by Uptow or something.
the smaller one
I'm not going to eat them.
Was still poking the mound with its claw when one of the bigger ones like grabs the small one, like pulls it away.
No, Junior, stop playing with the hill.
It's not a toy.
We don't play with the natives' hill.
But no, it will eat you. At least that creepy one with the big teeth might.
And in a flash of light, everyone's back in Port Nyanzaru. Well, just on the outskirts of the gate.
Yay! This time didn't end with a lich.
Yet.
There's one.
It always ends with a lich.
It always ends with a lich with us. Yeah, I'm with Madi on this. We have a history with liches.
Liches get stitches.
Liches make stitches.
Liches make us run away and come back later.
Yeah, pretty much.
Zev starts using prestidigitation to clean off the swamp on everybody, and then he does himself last. And
Dag does the same.
He says,
"Yeah, Dag. Azra does the same."
We could meet at the Thunderous Blizzard whenever everybody's ready. I'm gonna get a rest, and I was gonna research on these Yanti, see what information I can find in town about them.
Good research is better. We don't know where what they've upgraded or changed since last I was there.
Maybe I can wait you were there. What all do you know?
When I was a Yanti. Yes.
He's just like, are you auntie?
Sound like you said monkey because my video lagged there for a second.
Yeah, it did sound a little
That's
a little
racist.
off.
Just because I'm a wide-faced guy with a big beard doesn't mean I'm a monkey.
No, I think that's what
I know. I'm just playing with him.
It just occurred to me that I don't think I actually cast Desmond Lore on shithead lord leader of the Yuanti. Raz Nizzy, was it?
I think you did.
Raz Nizzy.
Pretty sure you did last time.
She did on the.
I did on the tomb. I don't think I actually did it on him. I just saw him talking to Raz Nizzy, and then that was it.
She did on Omu.
I never saw it outside of the tomb. Yeah, like I saw the beginnings of the city, and I saw the tomb being built. I never saw what the city looks like after the fall. I mean, granted, you probably know plenty enough about. Can you scry on him?
Ooh.
I mean, I suppose I could, but I know where he is, so.
Well, yeah, but it's helpful to know what he's doing, what he's up to, who he's talking to.
I could do that sometime today. I do know the subject. He's the reason I was a Yanti.
Yeah. And you said he's a mummy, right?
Yes.
I could see about going into the library and or talking to one of the merchant princes to get access to a library, see if I could do some research on mummies.
That could help.
And maybe liches while we're at it. Keep fucking running into them.
Well, I'm gonna head to the local bathhouse. If you wanted to, there's this one over here. He just points to the random generic one. There's a really nice one in that Temple of Soon.
I think we've been to the temple, one of the Temple of Soon once, but I wouldn't be opposed to going there before we plan.
Okay.
That place is nice.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine.
Let's go soon to the Temple of Soon.
Do we have to take him with us?
Zeb just shrugs and he just.
I mean, we don't have to, but I think he's going to come along anyway.
He says, "I'll meet you at the Thunderous Lizard." Specifically, you. What was your name? I apologize. I don't think I've actually got your name. As he points to Varth.
Varth.
He puts out a hand.
Pleasure to meet you, Zebediah. I've heard so many stories.
Yes, you told me quite a few stories about the Plane of Water. Perhaps you could tell me a few more about Ras Nisi, if you're comfortable with it.
I certainly could. I am now that I'm no longer a Yanti.
God damn it. I literally have asshole lich written down, and now I have to write down like asshole lich or something, like other lich. The fact that we've run into now 2 that want to kill us.
I mean, they're liches. We're alive. They all want to kill us.
I mean, it's Lich 1 and Lich 2.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's which is which. And then there's ass crack.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about us, though.
He really doesn't.
No.
We're
cans of energy.
But all right, so you guys bathhouse and stuff, get a long rest. Zebediah could probably get you guys a pretty comfortable lifestyle, if not better, room at the Thunderous Lizard or the Quieter Tavern, or even at one of the Merchant Prince's houses. If you guys want.
Okay.
So, when I go to the bathhouse, I will spend extra money to get manicure, pedicure, perfume, and see if they can braid my hair and put some flowers in it.
Oh yeah, they could do all of that.
But how much is that? Because I haven't spent any gold on anything.
Let's see. There was a price for it. I think it was like 5 silver for like masseuse, and I think that's the only price they will do. So I'll say like 1 gold for all of that.
Nice.
And
Azra just looks over and goes, "You're prettier than me."
And the bathhouse. And the bathhouse is technically free, but there is a donation bowl in front.
I donated gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody, even the poorest person in Scholl, puts something in there.
Yeah, I donated gold.
Yeah, same.
Samesies.
I got all this money that dwellers seem to enjoy using.
But Azra and brother, like, I have so much. What do we do with this?
Yeah.
Zebediah,
I got this money that city dwellers need to use on stuff. I don't know what else I'm going to use it on.
So the other thing that we could use that stuff on, guys, is possibly like scrolls and stuff.
Zebediah picks through his pouch of diamonds and he finds 1 gold coin in there and he puts it in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that most of their wealth is also in gems.
Oh man, I have to split a diamond. Shit.
Like he's pulling out like tiny ones, and even that's like 20 gold worth, and he's like.
Do you guys get chased for a 50,000 gold piece diamond? Anyone?
Just like
cashier's like,
it's the smallest one. Yeah.
Drug dealer on the street. I got that. I got you, man.
I feel like I've been one of those cashiers before.
You guys could go to the jeweler's market and just get them exchanged for 1-to-1 ratio, probably, or better.
Yeah.
Ooh, that dog's really gassy tonight.
You definitely want to wash up the blink doggies while we're here, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He came in the box with us.
Zeb used prestidigitation on them so they don't smell like swamp anymore, but they definitely could be in the bathhouse.
I will pay another like gold or 2 for somebody to give them a bath as well. Which it occurs to me is probably a nightmare to bathe a blink dog because like you're there and then they're gone again. So like you get them into the tub and you can't hold them there because they just blink out of your hands and they're across the room and they're shaking and there are suds everywhere.
Ask them.
And Azra brought in Madi as well, just to add to that.
But I mean, I know you can ask them to, but if they don't want to stay at the tub, they don't want to stay at the tub.
Right, but you're not forcing them.
No.
You're asking. It's
And
like,
then
you're intelligent!
Sleep!
A lower level druid, maybe like 4 levels of druid or something. She works there and she's like the pet groomer, and she casts like she was thinking of casting speak with animals, but she knows they're blink dogs. Like, she just uses comprehend languages, and she talks to them in blink dog, and she bathes them, and they seem like they're really happy and enjoy their time.
No.
Does she have a similar face to the mermaid we saw in the plane of glass? Like there's just a designated pet groomer in every like sphere.
She's like the nurse Joy.
But they could be related somehow. It's a conspiracy.
Actually, no, this would make sense. She's a sea elf. You guys are close enough to the coast. She would totally be a sea elf.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
She'd come here on her land dwelling time when she's holding her breath.
Yeah, she couldn't come into the bay because the sea turtle would just kill her. But I mean,
right? She
well,
could still probably live.
Did
She
he
could still probably
explode
live
in this
underwater
one?
just off the coast.
That's right.
He might have exploded.
That's
He
right.
exploded.
I did make that canon in mind. Sean didn't, but I did. So the dragon turtle is gone. There were pirates that attacked the city because the turtle was gone,
That's right.
and then most of the pirates were wiped out. So there's no current threat yet, but they do have that, like, one of their best security measures is gone for the city.
Wait, how long ago was the dragon turtle killed?
About a month or two ago.
Damn.
Damn.
We were like just going on our like adventure.
Yeah.
Some crazy group of adventurers rented out the best
Made bad
boat,
decisions.
the Blazing Pegasus, which is apparently the best boat, the fastest boat in the Trackless Sea, or at least that's what they say. And somehow they had some crazy bomb that did really, really, really high amount of force damage, and the dragon turtle ate it.
Oh god.
The only reason anyone knows that is because there's priests here that do divine scrying and stuff, so it's what they divine. So yeah. Do you guys
Damn. I don't think there's a spell that lets me resurrect him.
what, the dragon turtle?
Not a druid spelling. Not till I'm
Wait.
high enough to cast multiple spells.
No, Raised Dead only has like a limit of a week, right?
I think it's does it say humanoid or just creature?
I don't know. That's what I'm looking for.
Because
Interesting.
I was actually curious because people use the resurrection stuff all the time, but I don't think they've ever used it on like a creature. You use it for another player or an NPC or something.
Right.
I mean, I used a medicine check on Morty one time, but that's
A dead creature.
Yeah. Wow, it is creature. There you go.
It is. It's only 10 days though.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
So we need resurrection.
Actually, I think now, since it's been long enough, they've actually retrieved his skull, and it's at one of the gateways. Like, it's part of the archway now into
No.
the city.
If they use resurrection, they can bring him back. If
Resurrection.
there's a
Yeah.
because as long as he's not been dead longer than a century, resurrection can bring him back.
Holy shit!
And it says a dead creature as well, not a dead humanoid.
It says a dead creature. So technically, any of the clerics there could have been like, any of the nobles want to donate to the cause, and we'll bring him back. And I'm sure they'd be like, to protect the port, here.
Actually, if you ask around about that, which I'd say you would, because you'd be like, dragon turtle? What dragon turtle? And then they tell you the story about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to ask around, and then
it's probably one of the biggest political debates in the city right now. Is should we bring it back? Because it did force everybody going in and out of the port give treasure to it. It was a very high tax to go in and out of the city with it. They're thinking maybe it'd be cheaper to just hire guards or continue training and have better military support here. You know, there's like that kind of political debate going. Like, what should we do for security? Should we continue what we were doing? Would it be worth the money of using resurrection to revive the dragon turtle?
You have to give him more money anyway.
Actually, is there a cleric in the Temple of Soon while we're there that's powerful enough to cast resurrection?
Yes, you actually met her. She tried to use it.
Oh, yeah.
on
Is it
her
the auntie?
friends.
Is it the Yunti chick?
No, she's with
You're saying.
Fleegle.
I know the Yunti chick was here too.
She's with
with
Fleegle
Fleegle.
somewhere.
That's right.
No, this is the cleric that had to revive Zinda.
Oh,
Yeah.
Last time.
Okay. In that case,
Oh, it's only 1,000 gold. That is nothing.
actually, resurrection's only 1,000.
A diamond worth at least 1,000 gold, which it's consumed.
Oh, I think I might actually have one of those.
Just like looking through our chest, like throwing diamonds out, like.
Which probably makes you maybe a little peeved that they're even thinking, oh, can we do something cheaper for security?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I spend 1,000 gold to get a diamond worth 1,000 gold, and I give it to the cleric of Soon, and I go, hey, can you bring back a dragon turtle? I know where its skull is.
You go to the jewelry market And you're like, hey, I need a diamond that's 1,000 gold, and a hobgoblin in the hand has a diamond that's 1,000
For
gold.
what it's worth, we have all of our wealth is in
all of our money is in diamonds.
gems. So there's a chance he just has like an actual fucking diamond in his stuff.
No, Varth's wealth is actually coins.
How do you carry it?
I have 9,000 something gold pieces. I have never debated that.
Yeah, I know, but like, no, like
I have a backpack.
But most of
probably all
it
that's in
is
my backpack.
actually diamonds because most of our wealth came from that one thing.
Oh, maybe it is, and I just wrote it down as gold pieces instead of diamonds.
Yeah, because it's worth of gems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Because
anyway,
9,000 gold pieces would weigh a lot.
Right. Right.
What was the rule you used? Every 50 coins was a pound?
Every 50 coins is a pound.
Yeah.
Because the coins are as
boy.
big as a 50-cent piece. A gold piece is a 50-cent piece. In Faerun.
I don't even
One
want to
gold
go
piece
water deep.
is the size of a 50 cent.
I'm pretty sure that's over most of our weight limits. That's 100
You know how
pounds.
big that is, right, Maddie? A 50-cent piece in America?
That literally weighs
American
more
money.
than Dagger does.
Oh my god.
I can actually show you. I have one right here.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow, Maddie, your internet just went to ass. Oh, okay. We heard Azra's a twig, and that's it.
That's all I said, so that's good.
This is a 50-cent piece.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
It's a pretty giant coin. It's fairly thick.
Ours is a
what she
similar
said.
size, but it's angular.
But all the coins on Faerun are that big.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah. The Fifth Ed Waterdeep, they've
Dragon
added
heist.
some more detail on Waterdeep currency, which is cool. Anyway, so back at Chult.
You had that book on hand, like
He
ready.
literally had it on his lap.
I'm-
He was reading it before we started.
Yeah.
the,
Fair enough.
I'm super prepared for the coming adventure.
you have the diamond.
I take the
So-
cleric over to the dragon turtle skull, and I'm wherever they have the skull displayed, I move it into the water and have her resurrect him.
Did a Will
The
Smith meme.
skull itself is taller than you. You're not sure if you'll be able to move it.
Oh,
Do I
how
think a
heavy
black bear
does
can
it?
move it?
Before we do that, Varth, before you start yelling about this on the street, remember that we don't run this town. It's not our place to decide whether this thing comes back or not.
That's true.
We don't know how many people this turtle has killed. Also, we already had a giant group of people who don't like people rolling in and throwing their weight around that don't like us.
Just to blame it on the lich.
Zebediah leans in.
You remember the Triceratops coin, dude. I feel like this is gonna attract a little attention more than just the coin.
This whole time, Baron Salbador is just in the bath and stuff, like relaxing with the cucumbers and the mud mask, and just like, huh?
Sensitive
Oh,
What's
stuff.
Zebediah say?
Zebediah leans in from the side of the screen, like my hand. He's just like, and he's just like, don't dragons have hordes? Eyebrows go up and down. Wiggle the eyebrows. Maybe don't resurrect him just yet.
Oh shit, we have water breathing.
I was just gonna say
But
that
if
why
he
spend
gets
our own money when
resurrected,
we spend his?
future.
That's the other thing. If he gets resurrected and his horde is gone, he's going to attack the city.
Or come find us. Or both.
That's assuming nobody's had this thought and has already gone down there to claim it
That
all,
is
which
very
like
rude.
probably has.
I
It's
just
been like a
kind
month.
Just
I
felt
don't know
a-
if he has a horde
I
or
just
not.
kind of felt a bit of a connection to him since he's an animal creature, and
I don't think he is. I think he's something else.
You can give me Arcana check on dragon turtles.
yeah, okay. Oh, I rolled a 20, so 21.
They're definitely dragons. They're not true dragons, but they are dragons. They speak to
You know what? It is a dragon. Never mind. Let's just take his money and get out of here.
God, I love you, Varth.
Bart's opinion of dragons is overrated.
They're only in the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Zebediah sells his Wand of Wonder while you're here. He doesn't think he needs it anymore.
Oh yeah. That thing's a bit of a chaotic.
Before we go shopping again,
Dragon turtles are as smart as blink dogs, which we know means they're not sentient.
They're still dogs!
You can't see Zeb's eyes as his bushy eyebrows are scowling so low. Give me just a second.
So I think before we go shopping, we might want to go attempt to raid a dragon turtle's lair. Do dragon turtles have like friends, minions?
I would imagine.
Are we gonna go down there and see like a horde of Shahugan that are gonna be like, you kill our god?
I would imagine he probably wants to keep his money where only he can find it. It's probably buried.
It's underwater somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And I breathe water all the time.
All the treasure was like at the mouth of the bay.
If we could find somebody who told, who knows like a very specific thing that they gave it, we could attempt to use locate object.
Ooh, that's true.
Locate object at spook.
I feel like it's going to be all over the bay. I don't think he's going to store his shit with his treasure.
I don't think he's going to crap where he holds his money.
Yeah, man. That's like common sense level.
I mean, like, technically,
he wants to be able to roll around.
Did we hear anything about the adventurers who blew it up? About, like, maybe what they might have left? If they left any treasure or anything?
From what you hear from
I say knowing this out of character.
I keep forgetting the what that temple is. But it's the temple where they worship the Faerun god for like fate and divine scrying.
Severus.
I think that's what it is.
Severus.
But you go to ask that from that temple and the priests, and they do you like donate anything to the temple or you just ask?
Oh yeah, we'll give them like 10 gold or something.
If they look like they want bribery, sure.
You see in their donation bowl.
They always want a donation.
Well, that's true.
Donation bowl. It's like it's maybe a little bit more than the bathhouses, so it's not like they're gonna ask you for like 100 gold or something.
Yeah.
It'll be probably 10 gold or less.
Yeah, I'll donate 10 gold to it.
Yeah, samesies.
With that, they actually ritual cast it again and get better detail for you. This group, apparently, one of them, some witch on a flying broom. They were chased by Zentarum. There was a bard who had a magical lute, and he had a clone, and the clone with the magic lute.
It was a mandolin.
Was it a mandolin? Okay, my bad.
That's what the second priest says to him, because there's like two doing it, and be like, no.
There's like a nerd
priest
who's like, all about them, it's a mandolin.
It's just Azra in their outfit with a ridiculously big mustache. And she's like, it was a mandolin.
It's my clone.
He's got like the handlebar mustache that's like way out here, and he's like,
yeah.
Mandolin.
Actually, it was a mandolin.
But apparently they were quite foolish and did not know what they need to do for the dragon turtle and didn't realize it will accept all donations. So you can throw in like a certain amount of treasure to proceed, and it would say okay. But if you kept throwing stuff in, it would keep accepting it and it would not let you take it back. So they ran into that issue, and then eventually they're like, "Here, you can." But do we? Our most powerful possession, and they throw this bomb into its mouth, and they just lagged out.
That's just like, wow, they're worse at planning than we are.
I think it was
I was going to say we're pretty bad, but that sounds a lot worse.
Yeah.
A bomb created by wizards from the east, or something like that. I'm trying to remember what kingdom or where it's from. I think Kalashite.
It crashed.
You did crash for a moment there. Oh. Hey, everybody switched around, but you're back.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Turn your mic off.
But long story short, it ate a bomb and blew up. And they rode the wave out of there. So they literally didn't take anything. they flee the city in fear of being
What I was
trouble.
wondering, do we know what they gave the turtle? Because if we know what they gave it, we might be able to track it.
Enough about the mandolin that we can locate objects.
A magic mandolin. But you think it's
Okay.
probably blown up.
The other option, it probably has gold coins. We could just try that. Oh my god, I just smelled the fart that the dog gave. Holy shit, my dude. What did you eat? I'm sorry, it was just really bad.
Is that peeling paint behind you? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, it's about.
Oh man, him over here.
I've had to deal with that.
Nearest object of a particular kind. If we just like go out in the ocean and then be like, show me the nearest kind.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I mean, some of them might be spread out, but like we can just follow the trail. I mean, it's not like we have to worry about holding our breath.
Oh no, we do.
Great.
Question: you all planning over there and leaving me and everything?
No, we aren't leaving you. You can come with us.
No, I was like getting manicure stuff. You guys like walking to temples and everything.
Baron,
Yeah.
Baron comes back and he just looks fabulous. He's got like eyeliner and he's got like his nails polished.
Anime sparkles.
Yeah, we did like the typical bath. He got like.
He's got actual
All of it
tropical
done.
flowers in his hair now.
I am also pretty.
He
Like
smells.
normal,
He
but
smells
even
pretty
pretty.
nice.
Yes. Why do we think adventurers in the last month haven't already gone for the treasure?
I mean, we don't know.
We
But
should
there's no real.
inquire.
Well, the thing I worry about that is if we can inquire, then somebody will go down there.
We inquire with the non-adventurers, the peasants.
Oh, that's true.
The
That's actually smart. Like, we could go down to the harbor. They would know. They'd have seen stuff.
And I thought we were going to kill Wanti.
We are, but it's easier to kill things if you have fancy magic items, and those cost money.
Fireball.
Azra is just like holding all the magic items, like, hey. I need to draw that so I can like reference it at all times.
Yeah.
It just Azra holding a pile of magic items, like.
Yeah. She has like quite a few that she's not attuned to anymore because she has too many.
Yeah,
make it look
you're
like
just carrying them around.
I'm actually going through now and looking at what sort of items we could afford that don't require attunement. There are a couple.
I get to see it now. It's like an old timey like 1800s political cartoon with Azra with like the sack in her back and it has like some metaphorical name on there, like her hopes and dreams or something. I don't know. You go down to the harbor and you ask around, and they said apparently quite a few fishermen thought the same thing as you. Almost a few days later, they weren't able to retrieve anything, and they were apparently it hid its hoard pretty well. They don't have. They're talking about other fishermen, so these aren't adventurers. They're just normal folk. They're going with, hey, I held my breath and swam down like pearl divers and stuff like that.
Oh, I feel bad now. We're so OP compared to these guys.
They did say some adventurers did go down there but didn't come back. So they feel like it's that the horde is
probably
definitely
protected.
down there and it's protected.
Okay. All right, so
I feel like that's something that we can do at one time. We have Yonti to kill.
I mean, it's up to you. It's your crew. Like, if you think we could benefit from having more swag, but it's your call.
I would say
Yeah, Azra's like, you guys ran around after my soul for like any time. But I call Barley's on making decisions.
Tess, of course, is extremely for this expedition.
Oh, yeah.
Is the skull considered a corpse?
Oh,
technically,
shit.
yes.
Well,
Part of one.
Okay.
The,
You can speak with dead?
It's,
they skinned and cleaned off the skull so it looked all nice, because they have it at one of the main archways to the gate of the city. But, it's still technically...
Though someone had this idea within last 10 days, it won't work, but I guess people did.
Okay, you go up to, I think, the...
Azra looks very distracting in front of the gate so that nobody looks at what we're doing. I don't want to...
Nobody looks at we're talking to the dead skull.
Yeah, she starts like trying to do magic tricks with Morty.
Fuck it.
Obviously, some guards.
I'm gonna use Druidcraft to help Maddie's magic tricks look cooler.
Okay, give me performance checks.
I also have.
I'm gonna assist you, Maddie.
Cloud.
You are assisted, Maddie.
Hey.
Are you gonna?
I also have fog cloud. If you think that would be.
Druidcraft to assist.
Did you want to let Dagger use fog cloud or?
Both, I think, is a good idea.
Both.
I'm just trying to distract people so they're not like sad or scared.
Druidcraft is at will, so I Druidcraft just to help her performance, and I rolled an assistance, so
Dagger, do you
she gets advantage.
Do you cast fog wall?
Fog cloud. It's not huge. It's a 20-foot radius sphere.
Zebediah.
Though it occurs to me that it's probably more important that people don't hear this than... What do you guys think? Should they not hear it or see it? Because I need concentration for both.
I think hearing it.
Yeah, hearing is more important. And I'm gonna
okay, cool.
Distract them, so it's fine. Was I rolling performance for that?
Yeah, at advantage, because Varth is helping you.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Major Image. And, shit, what sounds loud and not scary?
Not many things.
Opera singer.
Like dinosaur. Do dinosaurs, because they live here.
Oh, yeah, like a line of dancing dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Azra pulls a bunny out of a hat and then looks behind her like, oh.
Sorry.
Go pull the bunny out of
Sure,
it.
you up with a 5th level spell.
Actually, no, I pull Morty out of my hat. Like by the scruff of the neck, and he's like,
What is this?
He's still cleaning his face like he's a mouse. He's still not quite used to cat yet.
Oh. Well, like cats sort of do that too. Like they lick the paw and clean their face.
Yeah.
They use like
that would actually be so easy to do, like the rabbit in a hat trick if you're a wizard with Find Familiar, because you can just like
yeah.
I can't believe Azra's like, why did I never think of this? I didn't have to be poor.
Our puppet show is more distracting.
Meanwhile, the Baron's
I have a
staring at
20-foot wall of dancing dinosaurs. I think that's probably pretty distracting.
What was the performance?
It's both, really. It's a
My
combination.
performance is 16.
16. Okay, with all of that shebang going on, Baron definitely is very safe to...
Distracted.
Yeah.
You're too distracted to cast a spell.
Sorry. That was in the tin.
Does that one have a fruit hat? Interesting.
Yeah, like there's one with the fruit hat. There's another one like a big sun hat covered with flowers.
They don't need it. But
They're all like wearing costumes.
One Velociraptor has a coconut bra.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you're casting Speak with Dead on the skull?
Yes.
Okay, what do you ask it?
First, what is your name?
Yeah.
He does have a name.
Don't you only get like one question? You're gonna waste the entire
No, you get
question?
10.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
It's like, it was only one question before. Why would you waste the only question you can ask
No,
it on?
I thought it
Hey man, what's up?
I thought it was only
Depending on your
3.
level.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what you doing? Or how's it hanging? Since he's like hanging from
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, now that's mean. But funny.
Yeah, if it's based on your level, you'd automatically get 3 because it's a 3rd level spell. Well, it might have been lower before.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's 5 questions. No. Do with the times, old people.
I know.
Excuse me as I find
Old
our
people.
dragon turtle.
He was really entertained by that today, that he was able to put that into the Discord chat with Jesse. and that's the first time he's actually been able to say that to someone that isn't like joking, because Jesse's the only one in the group that's been playing as long as Kevin has.
Not playing. He's just physically older than me.
I thought he'd been playing for like a long, decent time as well.
Chronologically, in life terms.
Chronologically older than.
Like everyone else in the Retroverse Discord is like babies comparatively.
Just to give you an idea how big this skull is, if you have the book, go to page 43, and that shows our dragon turtle.
I got it.
Compared to a human in size. But I'll try to get it on the webcam. It's not going to show very well.
Oh, he a big
The
boy.
page is glossy. It's too hard to see, but like his head is like half the size.
That's a big bucket turtle.
That's a big skull. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's half the size of a boat. So
Could be a small boat.
Holy shitballs.
yeah. So this skull is hanging above the gateway. You see
That's
that
his nose. Mm-hmm.
they put a lot of additional support here. It looks like they just got done putting it up here because it just, it took that long for them to pretty much rebuild the archway to support this thing. You're thinking the head alone is probably at least a ton, if not 2 tons in weight. That's without the brain matter.
I couldn't have gotten that into the harbor. Just.
I asked Azra to use thaumaturgy. I asked Azra to use thaumaturgy to make the illusion louder.
I will do so.
So loud.
I could talk like Mike Tyson for we know.
I don't know. I mean, it's a dragon. They typically like the booming voices.
I'm a crab.
Yeah.
Fear me.
All right. I'll use my thaumaturgy to make things.
We're gonna draw such a giant crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hilarious if we actually make more money doing this bullshit than we find in his board. Because it just occurred to me, we basically made an impromptu parade.
Yeah.
This is like Macy's Day Parade shit.
Yeah.
You ask its name,
Mm-hmm.
and the jaw moves, and the whole archway starts to tremble, as it's not built for the skull actually moving in the archway. And rocks start to tremble off of it as its jaw moves up and down with the rest of its skull. And it says,
I want to fix that.
Armog. And it's really loud and thunderous, and it echoes.
Armog.
Wait a minute. Would you like to be brought back to life, if given the opportunity?
Yes.
Where is your hoard? Where exactly within this wonderful bay is it? We need the money to bring you back.
That's really smart.
You know with the spell that it cannot lie, so you don't even need to bribe it. You can just ask.
I'm the Baron.
Yeah, I feel like 80% of what he does is like a bribe. Just
Bribery
like
is his
naturally.
first language.
Yeah, he's proficient in bribery.
Inside the sinkhole, at the middle of the bay, lies my hoard, protected by my guardians.
And what are these guardians?
Crabs!
There is cream for that. I can get it to you after we bring it back.
Like you
Don't
actually
that
hear
way.
Dag laughing, because I assume I actually heard that since I'm on the other side of the illusion.
Yeah. Azra's trying to work her laughter into the routine.
So far, this archway has been holding up surprisingly well with the head moving, but it is moving around a little bit. It is getting slightly off balance.
Can I continue to Druidcraft and kind of repair the archway at the same time, or is that too
Just like
separate?
cobble it together with vines and shit.
One more question.
No. I
That
did
was
not
so
fart.
perfectly timed.
You dealt it, dog. I kid you guys, but
I don't think of another question. Anyone have one?
What the fuck? What are crab guardians? What does that mean?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Can
What can
you-
the crab guardians do?
How
big and
deadly are
powerful
they?
are the crab guardians?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's what
Are
I meant.
they like the kind that takes several days and shaving and some cream to get rid of, or?
Oh my god. Technically, that's 2 questions. The last one doesn't count.
I've raised these crabs myself. They are bigger than any of you tiny mortals.
So, like, raised or like voodoo undead raised?
That's a 5 question.
Yep, no, I know.
I can't answer no more for 10 days.
Good talking to you.
As you
And I just continue conducting.
That, the archway collapses and the
Oh,
ball
no!
falls into the
Okay.
archway.
As I walk away with the collapse behind me in the smoke, where dust.
That's actually pretty cool.
As you're walking away and the dust is going, you hear,
Ouch.
farewell.
Shit. Oh,
And then,
I
and
feel
then,
bad now. We're gonna rub the shit out of him.
and then 7 orbs shoot into the sky and shoot in random directions. Oh, wait, never mind. Wrong.
Shit.
Large
I wasted
time.
my
Is the
Barth feels
the,
kind
the
of
skull-
bad having collapsed the archway in front of the city. While I don't approve the use of animal heads as decoration, it's not an animal, it's a dragon, so I'm okay with it.
It's okay. It's a human.
I
head.
raise the earth around where the archway was to make an archway that would hold it up out of like earth, dirt and clay and mud and stuff.
Question: do I keep concentration? What was the giant thing collapsing behind me?
You can roll me a concentration check.
Sure. I think I have
Concentration
advantage
saving
because
throw.
I have Warcaster.
I'll cast telekinesis and start like shoving the rocks back into the earth that Varth is forming, so it looks kind of like the arch that was there before.
Oh, damn, I'm used to Visca. I got a 13. And it's a 5th
and-
level spell, so it might be gone.
Maddie,
You're
you could
fine.
move the rocks to form like a bunch of mini arches in the earth, so that it would be.
Ooh. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
You guys do that, and it doesn't look like it, but it does hold it up fairly well. But from looks alone, it does not look like it should be able to support this skull.
Azra just looks over and she's like, we did it. And then gives you a high five.
It looks better than before. There's more earth involved.
Okay, so it's
Nature
10,
approves.
a DC of 10 or half the damage I take, whichever is higher. So I didn't take any damage, so it's just 10. So I think I passed.
Yep, you're good.
I'm gonna like move the dinosaurs to the side and like, oh no, they knocked down the tower, and then like start marching them through the archway while they're rebuilding it. Like it's all part of an act.
Nice.
Okay. So,
I am proud of my spell selection for the last several days. In the last several days, I have literally cast nothing but learn lore detail spells and dancing dinosaurs spell.
That's what it's called now.
Yep. I mean, it's the most distracting thing I could think of that wasn't scary.
A thought occurs. If he has indeed used actual giant crabs to defend and not some sort of monstrous mutation, I can just dominate them and tell them to get out of the way.
Or you could just talk to them and ask
It must
nicely.
be very useful at the brothel. Okay.
I mean, you can actually talk to them, right?
I mean, yeah.
He's talking about like a sex disease. It's cool. He's not going to have that.
lesser restoration, you're fine. I mean, seriously, like SCD's got to be like borderline trivial in D&D.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless it's mummy rot. Ooh.
What have you been
I
doing?
feel like if you've got that, that's a different sort of thing.
I'm
but-
talking Book of Wild Darkness. So yeah, that's the Book of Wild Darkness disease.
Listen, we were talking about a shirt earlier, and I don't need that in my life.
Anyway,
It was from
so
that book.
you guys head back to the bay. Is that what you guys doing? You fix the archway. It looks quote unquote primitive. It
Fix
doesn't
it.
match the walls in style, but it works.
But it hopefully won't get us arrested. How do the people in town react to our ridiculous impromptu show?
people are definitely in a stir. They're freaking out. They're wondering what the heck the fog is, and they're just like.
Oh, I didn't do the fog. It was the dancing dinosaurs thing because I couldn't do both.
Okay.
So the dinosaurs ideally were going to block the thing, and then I was making the sounds of them like thundering around and everything. Because Major Image it can do everything. It looks exactly like there are actual dinosaurs there. It has sound, smells, feels just like the real thing.
Like real, actual dancing dinosaurs in outfits. Mm-hmm. Okay. So.
Oh, I mean, no, like. Intellectually, you know it's not real, but if you were to go up and poke it, it feels like a dinosaur.
It got up and on the floor?
Yeah.
It did the dinosaur. Okay, so...
Even Terry thought that was bad.
I love that joke. I'm sorry. The superstition starts going around the place about Oog Tao might have done something to the dragon turtle, and maybe it's mad at everybody or something.
Oh, fuck.
And rumors start spreading about some random crazy stories. They're like, yeah, I saw some crazy performing dinosaurs, children of Oog Tao. It must have been an omen or something.
There was a weird lady with a cat who was also there for some reason.
Pretty much people are trying to put logic into the illogical scene you guys made. And
yeah.
It's causing like more rumors spreading around. The guards themselves are like super worried. They're like double, quadruple, triple checking. There's carpenter guilds and stuff like checking out the archway to make sure whatever it is whatever happened to it, they're not sure how it just turned from what it was before to this weird stone and mud and vine.
Well, like I did move it away so that they could see Varth repairing it and everything. Because the ideal was to show the guards that, hey, it's magic, they're not real dinosaurs, you're not going to have to murder them. If that weren't obvious by the fact that the T-Rex was probably wearing, like, a really ugly Christmas sweater.
Like a tutu.
You know Chiltons to dinosaurs are like Indians to cows, where they don't really view them as like a lower being. They see them as equal or possibly even better, because they are the children of Oog Tao.
Yeah, but most of them aren't going to dress in a tutu and dance around.
Yeah.
You don't know life.
But Oog Tao is able to
run into like multiple dinosaurs in this town. I've never seen any of them wearing a tutu.
Bitch, I don't know your life.
Anyway, the treasure is in a sinkhole in the middle of the bay.
Cool.
Surrounded by guardian crabs of immense size and deliciousness.
Okay, when you say giant crabs, do you mean like...
They said they were bigger than us mere mortals. Which I don't know who you're talking to, because I am not a mere mortal. But
bigger
I assume
than
he
people.
means you people.
Okay,
Dragons use that term when referring to
So he could either mean
other
bigger
than
than
dragon.
Yeah, he could either mean bigger than humans or like bigger than dinosaurs.
Or he could mean bigger than
Because dinosaurs are mere mortals to a dragon.
So I don't think he's talking about bigger than dinosaurs.
No, I don't think.
They also vary in size. There's one the size of a chicken over there. And then there's one over there.
Yeah, but the biggest ones I've ever seen are like what they call giant crabs. And those are like, I don't know, pony or cow size. They're pretty big, but they're not like him big.
I wouldn't put it past. I'm not putting a size cap on the crabs. That's all I'm saying. They could be
as big as the dragon turtle for all we know.
Varth, you can give me a nature check.
Yeah. 12.
Can we scry the crabs?
Hear me out. Well, we know where the thing is now. He gave us an idea of where it is. I wonder if I could make No, I can't make an illusion of him. He's way too big.
Yeah, perception. You make one appear like he's coming from a distance.
Yeah.
Watch out, he's a mile away. He's coming right at you.
Because, like, I can only make it 20 feet big. So...
Although, if we could somehow cast Illusory Dragon...
Yeah, I don't think that's a spell.
Sure.
That is a spell,
yes, it is.
But it's like 8th
It's
level
Xanathars.
or something. It's high level.
It's not a spell we can cast, but it is a spell.
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Xanathars.
Yeah, look it up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
the
god!
best. It's straight
This
up.
is the
it's
thing
just
I
like,
need in my
there's a
life.
drop.
That's upstairs. Damn.
Azra,
8th level illusion.
I like to think Azra's just like in that library of that the one merchant prince with magic, and she's like, yeah, see,
Yeah.
right here, and she just like points at it in the book.
Yeah. I imagine she has like a lot of like scrambled notes of like, here's spells I might want to figure out in the future, but like I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Dragons.
Wow.
Shit.
you can.
Oh no, that's only a wizard spell. That's not fair.
Oh, is
I
it
want
really?
it.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sad.
It's gonna be a while.
It's my spell. I'm
Oh
not
my
on it
god,
now.
it's a real fucking dragon, basically.
Yep.
Oh my
It's sad
god.
because Azra's not an illusion wizard because like, oh man.
Holy shit. Even then, you might still want it. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good
So,
shit.
are we going to have a crab feast and then get gold?
I'm cool with that.
I think we should crab and then snakes.
Yeah.
But if
Or
Varth was-
snake then
if
crab?
Varth is desperate to do snakes first, then we can do that.
Yeah, it's your call, buddy. I mean,
Let's go see how big these crabs are.
Good,
My interest in
Mark
giant
some
crabs has
here.
grown larger than my interest in revenge.
Fair enough.
cool. Okay. Alright.
Besides, the Yonti are literally not going anywhere.
That's fair.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, that's true.
want you like
Be like, pack
Get
up,
outta
we're
here.
getting
Let's
ready to
go.
go.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
It just cuts to like all the UNT trying to cramp things into suitcases. Rusty
have
is
all-
like sitting in the front of the SUV, like, come on, we're late.
what-
Yeah, you open a suitcase and it's just snakes.
one of the Yanti pure bloods is like this age.
Snake,
Yeah.
we can make more.
So tired of these motherfucking Yonti.
Meanwhile, in the Yanti's lair, there's like this Yanti pureblood, and she's got more of an Asian descent look to her. She's got very long, straight black hair, and they're just like all at their blood altar, and they're just like, and they're just like over top of this crown with a black opal on it, and then it just goes back to you guys. And
Oh,
Oh, God. They've switched.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
Oh no.
no, black opal, not black pearl.
Oh
Oh, okay.
Jack Sparrow?
We're easily frightened by crowns.
yes, crowns with black
That
gems and then
round
easily
literally
frightened.
led us into
Crowns
every
and
bad
bitches
thing
are
that's
the, like,
happened to
yeah.
us.
Right.
There is a moment where things went from fun and happy joy times to trauma, and that crown is the line.
It is the
Yep.
deciding factor of the whole campaign.
Crowns
Everything after that was sadness.
Feel the love, Poison Pot. You changed the game.
It's all your fault, really.
Well, you know who has the crown now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The person who wasn't supposed to ever get it.
The one we're like, the one person that should never get this, and we handed it to
There
him.
you go.
He now no longer has
The
one
immortal-
artifact of all Hydras,
The
but
immortal
two.
primal elemental received the crown.
I love
Oh
how
my
that's
goodness.
literally the first thing you said when we got it. You're like, we should definitely make sure this never falls into the hands of worshippers of a Hydra. And then we handed it to a Hydra.
We personally handed it to her. Or it, or them. I'm not sure what the analogy would work. It's an elemental.
It's to her
It's
now.
not really gender related.
In our lives.
So,
Yeah, so we're gonna head down to the docks.
we shall go and get crabs at the docks.
You head
Do
to
we
the,
want to ask? Do we want to stop in the tavern and see if Zeb wants to go with us?
He likes to fish. Maybe he likes crabbing.
Sure.
you guys
He
head
just
to,
shows up with like a crab net. Like,
He's got like
I'm
one of those little
happy.
crab catching boxes. It's like, I'm not gonna tell him. No, he doesn't need to know yet.
yeah.
Let him dream.
It's like in Zelda how you can fight Ganon with the bug net. He's just like this giant crab.
Just beating crabs with a fishing net while on the
Yeah.
bottom of the bay floor.
holy crap, there's CR. Okay. I was looking
Holy
at Dragon
crab.
Turtle. I was looking at
Holy
Dragon
crap, their CR.
Turtle. Exactly.
You're welcome. My job here is done.
So you guys head to the docks, and you see a hobgoblin fishing off the side of the dock.
Hey, bro.
It's that boy.
So we were gonna go shall we say, yeah, we're going to go treasure hunting. You want to join?
He goes, sure. You notice he doesn't have any fishing equipment with him. He just has, like, he's pointing his index finger down into the water. You see it's, like, little light glowing down there. And he, like, pulls his finger up like this. And, there seems to be a salmon stuck onto the side of it as he just pulls the little ball to him.
I didn't know salmon were tropical fish.
And he moves it to this bucket that he has, and the fish goes in the bucket of water and the spell dispels.
Nice.
He
what
hands the
spell
bucket.
Is that?
He hands the bucket to a yes, it is. He hands it to a random fisherman. The bucket.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. So, what are we doing? I've heard something about fishing.
Yeah, so we were talking about going fishing. No fishing though. We're looking for treasure. We found out where the dragon turtle is hiding all his hoard. Do you want to come?
Sure. It'll be practice for the plane of water, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I nod slowly as you say that.
Yeah, this is gonna be like no big deal for us. Yet more swimming. Azra loves
cool.
water.
I just did the math, and I'm like, fuck, there are 11 of us. But then I remembered Captain Squiggles can breathe water. He's an octopus. He's fine.
Oh,
He's not here. He's still in Yisgard.
Is he?
No, he came in. He landed in the Baron Strength.
I awakened him. He's no longer my familiar.
Yeah, but did you didn't send him back to Yisgard, I think.
I never got him. I left him in Yisgard after I awakened him.
Popped out.
No, he came back.
Mm-hmm.
He came back with you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah. Because Baron came back, was introduced after you came from Yisgard.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
You awakened him.
Yeah, Captain Squiggles can breathe water. He's good.
Yeah, because you were teaching him to be a druid here in Chult.
Right. Yep. That's right. He's gonna be my awakened animal druid friend. By the way, how's his training coming, Scott? Is he coming along long enough to cast cantrips yet?
Let's see. He can cast one druid cantrip.
No.
He was working on the second one, but he hasn't quite got it yet.
Water breathing's a ritual for a whole day, so he could just cast it multiple times, no concentration.
That's true.
So we can all get it no matter what.
Zebediah asks if Varth was going to cast it or if he should.
Why not both?
Water breathing.
I got it.
He just shrugs. He crosses it off his spell book and readies a different spell for today.
Average will cast it, so I don't have to waste the spell. It's a lot.
I'm looking at druid cantrips, and I just got to Shillelagh, and I'm imagining this fucking octopus just picking up a stick and beating you to death with it.
I'll leave it up to Varth what cantrip he has.
Oh, that's awesome.
I would suggest something for
that would be hilarious. He is going to learn the druid cantrip shape water.
Cool.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
So you could put like a bubble around him, so it's kind of like SpongeBob.
Exactly.
Oh my god,
Right.
that's adorable.
So
He's just in his own bubble.
over his head.
He just floats in a bubble the whole time.
Yep. No, he's just got it over his head. He uses his little octopus arms to walk around.
It's so cute.
Sorry. She uses her octopus arms to walk around. I forgot. She's a she.
She's adorable.
Ladies have doctorates too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is Captain Squiggles.
And then I will also
She's
collect
earned her captain.
yes. I will also collect Chung and Tess, who I'm sure are probably really interested in treasure hunting rather than, lich killing.
Oh yeah. Tess didn't even go drink or anything. She's like really like so what all do people normally put in? Like, oh, they throw their gold just into the bay for the turtle? How interesting. And she's like really
I don't know. I don't know
this.
if they should we go get a couple of bags of holding or something, because we don't know how much is going to be down there.
I'm not sure if that'd be a good idea being underwater.
That they will fill with the water.
Solid point.
Air pocket.
Solid point.
We would need a boat.
I think I can get
We
that.
could get a boat. Yeah, we can get a boat. You can afford a boat.
Let's get a dinghy.
Yeah. We're gonna rent a dinghy. Okay, hang on. There are 10 of us. We're probably gonna need something bigger than a dinghy, like a small fishing vessel.
We need an actual boat.
Hey guys, you get a boat, and it's like this random hick fisherman pops up, and he's
we will rent a boat from some random fisherman.
I'm a hound of the Salbador. And it translates in subtitles down below. Hey, this is the old guy. He's been helping me fish and stuff. You know what? I'll just roll you guys out there for free.
Oh, thank you.
My cousin Billy Bob will join with his.
Oh no.
He also has subtitles that come up when he talks.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea what he's actually saying, and he's speaking common.
Yeah. He's technically speaking common.
Technically.
Cholton.
Or Cholton, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Both of them were speaking Cholton. We'll go with Cholton, a mix of Cholton and common.
So I think the only ones who would understand that is me and Varth, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zeb, possibly.
Unless there was any infernal mixed in there.
Zeb looks like he understood maybe a few keywords.
Probably not, Azra.
I hope not.
I think if they're mixing infernal in there, them taking us fishing is a bad idea.
Although this is already a bad idea.
Yeah. We're gonna go, talk to some colossal-sized crabs. That nothing wrong can go. Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing wrong can go right. Yep, that's it.
Nothing wrong can go right.
That's this adventure in a nutshell.
It's entire. Nothing wrong can go right with this.
So these two helpful fishermen row you guys out there.
Okay. Yeah. and
get to the spot where the dragon turtle said it was, and I'm like, all right.
I guess if we're not back in 2-3 hours, we'll find our own way back.
How deep is the bay?
As they point over and they're like, okay, we'll just go and anchor off over there, so we're out of the way of boats coming in and out of the bay, and we're just gonna fish. Wait for you.
Okay.
And they say they've heard it's a few hundred feet.
Okay.
That's not too deep.
That's not that deep. Yeah, cool. All right. And we dive in.
All right. So you guys go in and you start swimming.
Azra dives in very slowly.
Just doing the thing where, oh god, the water's cold. Why didn't you tell me the water's cold?
Yeah, she goes to pin drop in and then catches herself with the wing boots.
I'll make sure we're all wearing the fancy water clothes that we got in the plane of water. Or at least
I will reattune.
The Nixie clothes.
I reattune to the manta ray cloak.
I don't think it requires attunement. Actually,
my boots.
I don't think
it does.
No, I don't think the cloak of the manta ray does.
Well, I have it on then.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's so cool and powerful about it. It's just automatic water breathing whenever you put it on.
Right.
My hair.
Well, ideally, when we're done, you can afford a lot of hair treatments.
Zebediah casts Alter Self on himself and gives him the aquatic adaptation, so now he has gills and webbing between his fingers and stuff. So he goes down and now he has swim speed equal to his normal move.
And I put Morty away so he doesn't have to swim.
Varth already has that. He's a water genasi.
It just occurred to me, last time we were here, in the water, he was a mouse and was not super comfortable with it, and then the other time now he's a cat, and just I feel like that comes with the instinctual hates water thing.
Yes. I imagine he jumps out of my cloak as I go to dive in, and I'm like, oh shit!
Just okay, go back home. We'll see you later.
Sorry, buddy!
Captain Squiggle seems relieved that she no longer has to shape water around her head to walk about.
Mildly unrelated story. In real life, I literally had a cat at one point that when you would bathe him, he would meow, and it sounded like he was saying no. He would literally go, no, no, no. Constantly, the whole time.
Oh, poor baby.
Okay, that's it. That's all the story was.
Back when Garfield was the size of my hand, I gave him a flea bath, and he was that loud. It surprised me. He was just
and it's awful. Because I'm I know I'm not hurting him,
Yeah.
But he was screaming constantly. So the first time I did it, it was just me, and I knew what to expect the second time. The second time, it was me and my mom was miserable. She's like, we're hurting him! We have to let him out! I'm like, he still has soap on him. We have to at least rinse him off. He suckered her into... She babied him for like a week after that. She felt so bad. I'm like, he was just doing it because he wants out. But yeah. That's the story.
You guys start swimming down, and it starts getting darker and darker as you guys go deeper into this bay.
Drift globe.
Yay.
Turn that on. That helps a lot. It's still very foggy and blurry.
I'll do drift globe, and then I'll cast light on something else.
Even with the light source, it's blurry because you're underwater. So your range, you can see clearly to that range now, but you can't see past 30 feet.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So,
superior double sight.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
If Varth is, are you in your Genasi form or are you in your water elemental form?
This is probably easier if I can use my Druid spells in case these things start to go hostile.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Genasi form for now, because I don't know if these things will be hostile or not.
Okay.
And now that the Jinn is my familiar, I'm going to bring forth the light elemental from the mask, so he can kind of float around and provide light.
Okay.
And since it's ethereal, it's just going to fly in, around, and through everyone here.
But as you guys know, because you've been in the plane of water, your range of sight is very limited unless you're you have specific eyes adapted for such a thing. I think Varth does have the option of having fish sight spell, but all that really does is add further out you can see.
I think it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Fish sight.
Yeah, it's a bonus action cantrip. I made it nice and simple.
Oh yeah, I'm going to use that then. I forgot it's one of Zeb's spells, right?
And
from the Zebediah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to use that then.
It's like a very minor alter self, I like to think. So, you do that, and you can now see with your fishy eyes that you don't need to blink with anymore. There are many shipwrecks down here, and they're not just like a ship in half down there, or like this hole in the bottom and sink down. It looks like they were just like torn to pieces, and just parts of boats are everywhere, littering at the bottom of this bay.
Do I recognize any of the names as like very historically like significant boats? If they still have names on the side?
You can't quite see the names very well. You feel like you have to get really close in order to be able to see them pretty well.
Well, I'll make sure to check them out on the way back.
Crabs here. First, board second.
Yep. Well, giant pallet
I'm
first.
Nice. Peeled for large land masses moving around that look like they're crab shaped.
Okay, give me a perception check, and with that spell at advantage.
I rolled a 20. So that makes my perception check. Wait, perception's wisdom based, right?
Yep.
24.
You don't see any crabs of any kind. At least not any that would be bigger than mere mortals, as the Dragon Turtle quoted it. But you do see that there aren't any forms of treasure. Not a single coin, diamond, or anything's down here. But you do see a spot where there seems to be like a cave, a relatively big cave. You're thinking maybe that's where the Dragon Turtle went.
I was going to say, yeah.
Oh shit, it just occurred to me. It just occurred to me, I have polymorph. I could turn into something that can swim too. But no, it's fine.
You could turn into... Wait. Yeah, you definitely could turn into a giant pike if you want.
I could, but then I would lose... I wouldn't be able to cast spells. So I will put that in the back pocket for now.
Okay. I assume Varth points this out to everybody.
Yep. Yeah. There's a cave over there.
You hear you hear like a, and you look over and you see Varth, and he's pointing towards this spot on the ground.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm like, down.
You guys just barely
You
hear.
learn Aquan. It's easier to speak underwater with it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
In primordial, I say in the Aquan dialect, I already know Aquan.
Yes, I was talking to the other people, of course.
Everybody
Oh
else.
shit! No, I do know primordial.
I'm the only one who's like, what?
Huh?
It's me and the NPCs, like, talking in common, like plebs.
Captain Squiggles only knows how to speak in Aquan, so.
So.
No, I think he gets 2 languages.
Well,
yeah, he's got Aquan in common.
What do you guys do?
Get closer to this sinkhole, keep an eye out for giant crabs.
Okay. You guys swim towards this sinkhole. It is definitely big enough to fit this dragon turtle, you think, when it was in its full size. And the I'm sorry, I'm looking at what somebody sent me on Twitter. The you notice that there are random hunks of ships that have even moved into this sinkhole a little bit. And Varth would be the first one to notice that it's like the side of a ship actually starts to move. It goes to get up, and you realize that this side of a sail ship has been used as cover on top of this huge size crab. And everybody
It's a hermit crab, and it uses the ship as a shell. Oh,
that's cool.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I love that shit.
This hulking crab gets out of hiding. So everybody's the ship.
Does it look like a crab, like a beast, or does it look like a this has gone beyond beast into some sort of magical monstrosity?
When it's your turn, we can get a nature check.
Okay.
But this thing was...
Mostly I want to know if Dominate Beat would work on
it. This thing you would have not known it was a living creature until it moved. It's one of those.
I mean, it looked like a ship.
Yeah. It's one of those monsters.
Oh, that was not nice.
This is one of those monsters, like a gargoyle, where it's like, oh, you don't know it is if it's not moving. And then everybody knows it is.
So Dag got a 24. Oh my fucking god. I rolled 2 20s for me and Tess.
Wow.
So that's 2 24s.
Nice.
I can tell you this hulking crab is not going anywhere near first. Just an heads up.
Varth got a 14 for initiative.
Azra got a 12.
A 12?
A 12!
Captain Squiggles decides that shape water is not going to help, so avoids combat.
Good idea.
7.
7 for your good old friend the Baron.
Should Chung roll separately, or...
I'm just having all the NPCs go on 10.
Okay.
What was Dagger's again?
24.
Yeah, I was gonna say you go first.
Yeah.
I would say...
You just notice, barely, this claw that's as big as you start, moving towards you in the water.
Oh, okay. Alright, hang on. Yeah, this is funny. I'm gonna attempt to polymorph it into a little teeny crab.
Yeah.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
DC?
I don't know. Hang on. 16.
DC, I don't know.
It fails.
Oh, shit!
This claw moves towards you, and I would say this almost looks like you cast Reduce on it, and it just and that whole side of the ship gently starts floating downwards on top of this tiny crab.
Hopefully it doesn't crush it, because then it means it just comes back, because I'm pretty sure a crab that's this big has 1 hit point.
Yeah, it definitely has 1 hit point. With the very nullified noise of being underwater, you still can hear the wood snap and break as it lands onto the ground below.
It also just occurred to me that I also just displaced a shitload of water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
because it went from huge size to tiny.
You actually do get...
Gradual change.
It was gradual, I would think.
If we were going to go realistic water physics, you would have been pulled towards it when that happened, but we're not going to do that. 3D combat is already difficult enough in this system.
Yeah.
Right.
On that note, it is Varth's turn.
Like, he's steaming for an hour. Also, I have no idea where he is now.
Tess gets to go before me. She got
he was having everybody go on all the NPCs go on 10.
All NPCs go on 10. Okay.
Yeah, including
well, is there another one of those? Just the one. He used crabs in the plural when he referred to it.
I am going to start swimming toward it, because I'm already within 60 feet.
You don't see any more of them, but there are ship debris in this cave.
Alright, well, I start moving towards the cave then.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on the polymorph crab.
I'm going to call back to
as you're swimming.
Bev. I'm like, bring your crab trap.
as you're swimming along, one of the other shipwrecks goes to get up, and it's another one of these crabs.
Oh, God.
This will be as you're doing your move action, not the dash. So you
dominate beast.
Okay, what do I need to roll?
He gets
Charisma
to make. I think so. Let me double check. Pretty sure that's what it is.
I like these guys.
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay. What's your DC?
It is 17.
Oh, nice.
It fails.
Okay, he's under my complete control.
Okay, this elephant-sized crab is under your control.
Oh my god, it's just... That's terrifying now that I think about it. Holy shit. I was not picturing them...
Huge size.
Yeah.
Huge size.
Oh, and the duration of the spell is 24 hours.
Cool.
Did you cast it at a higher level spell?
I could.
Because at 4th level, it's only up to a minute.
Yeah, higher level.
At 5th level, it's 10 minutes, and at 6th, it's an hour.
Okay, yeah. I'll waste the 6th level spell for that.
To give you an idea of its size, its body is 15 to 20 feet in diameter.
Okay, cool. So it's the size of the room I'm in right now.
They're in here. They're in here.
Nice.
So,
in that case, I'm going to say gently pick up the other crab that's underneath that without hurting it and swim that way as fast as you can.
okay. It looks like it will do that on its turn. On that note, it is Azra's turn.
Do I see any other crabs?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to go 60 feet further into the cave, and then if I see anything, I'll take an action.
Okay, give me a perception check at disadvantage because you're underwater and it's all foggy and stuff.
She does have dark vision, though. But, I mean, it's water, not darkness.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Okay. It definitely looks like it goes further, much further in. There's no light down here, but you have dark vision, so it's fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna take the dash action then, if I don't see anything.
Okay.
I'm sure this won't go horribly wrong.
Zebediah points his index finger, and that little light orb appears, and he goes like this with it. He goes like, and the little orb follows his finger and then extends outwards, almost like he just shot a line reel from his index finger, and this little orb goes into the revel that the tiny crab was in. The tiny crab does a strength check and fails, so he goes, and this tiny crab is like, he just pulls it up to him. He keeps it on there too. He doesn't dispel it, so it's just it seems to have been stuck to it like an adhesive. It's on its the little light orb is stuck on its back.
Velcro fishing.
And he
I find it hilarious that like 90% of my uses of polymorph are not like to end boss fights. It's just to like completely dominate annoying creatures.
Right.
And
Right.
Zeb looks over at Dagger and gives a thumbs up, and he continues swimming further in. What would
I should have asked how many guardians there were.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
what do Chess and Chung do?
I'd say they'll probably swim further down, and just basically hold their crossbows, and if they see anything, maybe take a pop at it.
Crossbows underwater.
Considering.
Got it.
Crossbows are better underwater, I think.
The normal bows, yes.
But since they don't have any like stop a monster immediately spells, or any spells.
You can't go out to the second ranged increment on ranged weapons underwater, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, right. But at least it's something. It's the only thing they can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Baron's turn.
Or just keep swimming into a sinkhole, and that's something.
Just keep
ferocious
swimming.
attacks us.
Just keep swimming.
Okay.
Yeah. I will ready an action to pass light, I guess, if a giant crab attacks us.
Okay. The one hulking crab that isn't polymorphed, its claw was like going towards Varth, and he casts Dominate on it. So it just like puts its claw on his head and goes like pat, pat, and it goes and it starts skittering towards Zeb with the tiny crab.
That's adorable.
And I'm 120 feet into
Do I know that Zeb understands primal?
You do not. And this,
I mean, I thought you spoke in it, and I responded, and if he could understand, he might have.
And because you have fish eyes, you're the only one that can actually see it as you and Zeb, because the range is very far and it's a tiny creature. This tiny crab attempted a strength check, so got a nat 1. So its claw actually went to reach back and get the orb, and its claw got stuck onto the orb as well. So back and claw stuck to the
County's
orb.
like.
I'm just imagining it's like stuck like that, but it's also like knife crab on the GIF, and he's got like a little knife in his hand.
You can see he's trying to reach Zeb, but like he's like floating out here, so it's like there's no way. Looks like a very helpless crab. And you guys continue swimming further in. You don't encounter any more of these guys, so we're out of initiative.
Okay.
The giant crab that's under my control swims over to the tiny crab that Zeb has, and I look at Zeb and I like point towards the tiny crab and then point towards the big crab. And in Primordial, I say, "Give the tiny one to the big one."
He doesn't look like he understands Primordial, but he gets the gist of what you're trying to tell him, and he hands the little crab over. And by hand over, I mean he points over towards the big crab, and the little orb moves further away from his finger towards the hulking crab, and the hulking crab like has its claw, and the tiny crab says like, and then this light orb thing dissipates, and the little crab's just crawling on the claw of the bigger crab.
I'm just imagining what the conversation they're gonna have when these spells wear off is gonna be like. Be like, why the fuck did you just swim 8 miles away? Well, I don't know. I felt like it was the right thing to do. Also, why was I tiny for so long?
And you guys eventually...
And they both disappear into the sunset as fast as they possibly can.
Do you have them follow you?
No, they're going away.
Oh, okay.
Only lasts an hour.
Oh, okay, then definitely. The hulking crab then just goes off, and it goes into the shipwreck rubble. And it seems like it already has a spot where it normally goes to hide. And it like goes underneath some of the ship rubble outside. And it almost like a Bugs Bunny Looney Tune. Like you just see it like moving from underground.
That's gonna be an unpleasantly tight squeeze when the polymorph wears off.
That'll be their problem, not ours.
On that note, Varth can give me a nature check now on the used crabs.
I rolled a 19 again, 24 again.
Nice.
You know that these kind of crabs are called hulking crabs. Storm giants normally raise them.
Holy shit.
As guardians to their lairs. They're usually out in the trackless sea somewhere. You hear there's a few clans of storm giants that have underwater civilizations down there. These are one of many guardians they can have, including giant great white sharks, stuff like that. Stuff you can polymorph into, whatever.
In primordial Aquan, I say that information.
And
I'm gonna have to remember them.
And while they remain motionless, and their eye stalks and pincers are close to their body, they resemble a natural formation or pile of debris. You can only discern its true nature if you get really close and do an intelligence nature check. But I mean, by the time you get really close to check, it's probably too late.
Nice.
Yeah, they're huge-sized claws, so that could have been really bad.
Oh God.
Yep.
I just remembered how crabs eat, and imagined them doing that with the people.
Yeah, it's improved grapple.
It's
so
just
it's attack and you're grappled.
Yay! Great.
And then a quick toss and your lunch.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad we had those spells so we didn't deal with that shit.
Most crabs actually don't just grab something and then start eating it with their claw. They actually use their claws to chop it to bits.
Yeah.
Oh, do they? I don't know.
Yeah.
They're
They
metal as
chop
fuck.
They've only got tiny little mouths.
Yep.
I have
Yeah.
not seen a live crab
don't
up
have
close.
They can't
for
chew.
many
Their claws are their chew.
I have seen many a dead crab, but none alive in a long while.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys.
Last time I did, one tried to pinch my toe through the trap.
You guys go further into this cave and it goes upwards, and you see there's an air pocket, and you can just see on the from the surface some stuff shining, and as you pop up onto the surface, you see the hoard up treasure. Piles and piles of coins and gems everywhere.
I'm just imagining Tess does the Scrooge McDuck thing. Just immediately dives in. Shit! That doesn't work!
In this underwater cave. Oh God, of course I rolled max on that random treasure generator. You barely have room to get up to the actually walk in this cave.
Wow. Does the whole pile look like it weighs more than 1,000 pounds?
Yes.
Okay. I say in broken underwater common garbage.
Well, I think it's there's an air pocket.
Yeah, you guys.
I go into the air pocket before I start talking.
Yeah, we all
and then I'll
do.
say that I can lift 1,000 pounds worth of it with telekinesis.
That's pretty damn
Well,
useful.
that only leaves the rest of it we can kind of carry.
You all notice, especially the Druid, I'll just give it to you because your nature check bonus is high enough, that you can see the hulking crab tracks coming in and out of the water here. It looks like maybe they were the gatherers of treasure, and they brought it in
He
here for
used
the turtle.
them to gather all the
He probably
shiny
couldn't
stuff.
fit.
So cute!
And you see
That
very
is-
clear
they're so
dragon turtle
shiny.
tracks in here as well.
Shiny.
Yeah, that's exactly what these. I
just
debating
imagine
on it. I was
Varth
debating on
awaking
their
one of
back
these
being
fuckers,
treasures.
and they become that. It's just that's what they do now. That's their life. They become the new dragon turtle.
Oh my God! If
Yeah.
you awoke a
Oh my
hulking
God,
crab,
a
that'd be the
hulking-
scariest thing ever.
I just imagined a hulking crab illusionist
They can
that makes it look like
Yeah.
he's the baby of the original dragon turtle.
They're crabs.
Don't tempt Varth. He's already considering that in his head.
They can breathe
Awakening.
air and
Both
water.
of them.
Why though?
Why not? I could teach all of them to be druids. Captain Squiggles could be
Wait
the
a minute.
leader of the awakened animal druid.
Oh
Circle.
my god.
You have a cult of humanoids in Port Nyanzaru, and then you're gonna make
Right.
another cult of druids out of animals.
I gotta
Why
spread my
not?
cult, man. That's what I do.
Oh, hail, crab lord!
No, I just realized how much of a big
hail
thing that
Stygia.
is. All of the animals you've awakened now and are training to be druids cannot wild shape into things that can swim.
For now, they don't need to either. They just go
That's
back to-
fair.
No,
But
It's fair,
To
but
them.
ironic.
right, but to them, we're kind of like the animals. So why couldn't they wild shape into people?
Oh my God, that's actually kind of cool.
We don't have to be subbed up.
That's all I'm saying. I'm teaching Captain Squiggles how to wild shape, so that eventually she'll become a druid and maybe be an octopus druid that can wild shape into a people.
Anyway, this is too much treasure for us to carry. Let us get the valuable stuff: platinum, jewels, magic items.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Books.
Ooh.
Everything that we can get up to 1,000 pounds.
Magic.
We're not going to get all of it. Let's just get what we can and get out.
Can the
Do I
crab
remember
walk
correctly?
back
The dag
to
has
shore
detect magic.
in
'cause,
time
like,
for
we might-
exploding?
I have a wand of detect magic too.
Okay, yeah. Do
on,
that.
On this note, we're going to take a little break, and while we're doing the break, we're going to actually roll out the treasure for you guys.
Ooh.
So
If I find that mandolin, I'm gonna lose my shit.
we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right,
Hello.
welcome back. We're back from our break.
Hey!
Or
So the group was we got our treasure all rolled up and everything, and we'll say like maybe Dagger went off into the water in the distance away to go take a little break, and then came back after everybody counted all the coins and all that stuff. So I'll leave it up to Azra and the Baron to say what all the stores consists of.
Dag, we're rich again.
Yay! What did we find?
we have 5,000 golden coins of various denominations, and 35,000 gold with these 7 gems. They are pretty black sapphire.
So 35k in gems.
Yes.
Damn. Nice. Okay.
My
What?
what?
It's 40k all up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Kevin just said mine very quietly.
That was not Kevin. It was the bear.
Did our detect magics detect anything other than those scrolls?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's these scrolls, and then there's a scroll of protection as well, and a potion of giant strength. Sorry, giant strength. Sorry, I can't read.
It makes one strong.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's
Strong as
like
a stone
that.
giant, I would imagine.
Yes. I wonder if they're as heavy.
I don't think it
You
makes
cast
you
that
heavy.
on someone else.
Be stronger. It's not a scroll; it's a potion.
Ah.
So
potion.
it just like makes her really strong for a short time.
I look over at Chung and I'm like, that would be useful for you.
Yes. Unless one of us wants to enter a weightlifting contest, that'd be useful.
I can turn
Um,
into a bear, so
I don't know if bears are legal in those.
He's got a point.
that's true.
So I don't think I can carry all of that in my bag of holding, but we could probably make a couple trips and make at least most of the gems.
It's 5,000 gems.
Zebediah goes, I have an idea, but could I possibly have like maybe just one of those gems?
Oh no, I mean you helped us do it. I mean, you get a share.
But seriously, all just one gem, and I'm good.
Oh, I mean, okay.
I mean, it matches the 3 other ones I have, so. So
Matching
I'm
set would be
sensing
nice.
I'm sensing some discomfort from the party warlock. I don't know why.
They are black sapphire. They match my outfit. I was going to put them in my chest plate.
I mean, I'm not saying he'd put all of them.
It's party treasure, so good luck with that.
It would have looked pretty. Would have made a nice
I
little
mean,
skull.
he could probably get like one of them. Or a couple of them. Like, there's
Well,
35,000 worth. There's a lot of them.
There are 7 of them, and I think 7 humans of us.
Oh.
So we all can get one.
they're like softball size. They're really big.
Fuck.
Mm.
Does that
You're
thing
not
is
an earth
would not
elemental.
be the weirdest thing that I've seen him do.
If he was a Zorn, that'd be the most delicious thing ever, because they eat gems.
Yeah, I don't need
A
it.
Zorn, yeah. Zorn.
So Zebediah says, "Well, we'll worry about that once we get out of here. I could
Yeah.
just turn into one of those crab guys.
That would be helpful, yeah.
Can you turn into a whale?
Also, Azra can move 1,000 pounds of it with telekinesis.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of, like,
Maddie,
I have a
your
couple of
audio's
sheets
off.
and stuff. I know I
Can't hear
can't
you.
hear you still. I have like a bunch of sheets and like sacks and stuff. We could tie them all up and tie them around giant crab Zeb.
We could. I was thinking maybe when I'm, because I like what they were doing down there.
Hear you, Maddie.
Yeah. We
Oh,
said,
hear
well,
that.
we hear the tapping.
Hmm.
Okay, there
we
you
go.
are.
You're good.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
That's really strange. I switched mics, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
The pretty much Zebediah is like, hey, maybe I could just like take parts of boats and make them into like almost like this big cradle on my back when I'm a hulking crab, and we can just put everything in there. And I can.
Yeah, that could work.
So, one soft
That way we
button,
can save Maddie's
one
telekinesis.
soft button, one soft button.
Sure.
So he serves as like a underwater vehicle as well, in a way. You guys can just sit inside the what was a deck of a boat as he puts that like on top of himself.
Oh yeah. Aha.
Does he think he'll have trouble lifting all of this? Because I could cast Enhanceability on him.
Let's see.
I think
he's like-
hulking crabs have a incredibly high
He
strength.
says, if it looks like I'm having trouble, I wouldn't mind if you did that.
Okay.
So he goes out into the water, swims out a little bit so he has room. He turns into a hulking crab, and then scatters back. Or no, he swims back down, and he comes back up, maybe like 30 minutes later, and he's got like, he seems to have done a pretty good job putting pieces. Did you hear my cat?
Yeah,
Yes.
but also I just imagine him with like it's just a giant fucking crab with like a rowboat strapped to his back.
Pretty much.
I'm just imagining what these poor fishermen are gonna think when we show up with another boat filled with gold strapped to a giant crab.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Sure, it'd be fine.
starts using his big claws to grab the coins, and he just almost
I use Big B's hand to scoop up some and dump them in.
he kind of does like those desert spiders do, where they put like sand over top themselves, but with claws
nice.
and coins. So he's just like throwing coins up in there, like two big plows. He just and eventually you guys get all of it on this Crabadiah's back, and it looks like it's pretty heavy for him, but he is holding it fairly well. They have 19 strength, but he's huge size, so he gets much better carrying capacity than a
It's like
medium
10
creature.
times or 15 times the carry weight.
10 times
Yeah.
if they're
Just
large.
Just because he'll also be carrying the water with it, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Enhanceability on him.
What is that? What all does that give him then?
He gets advantage on any strength check that he makes.
Oh boy, okay. He's good to go.
Oh boy.
He's good to go.
It's weird not having a mic
Oh,
to
and
lean
his
away
carrying capacity doubles.
Yeah.
It doubles.
Yeah.
He was like bending down, like bracing from it, almost like a car when you just got a bunch of groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like goes to stand up a bit further, and he's just like, "Oh no, I'm fine."
Like, oh, this is fine.
He goes to say, "Oh no, I'm fine," and all I hear is like,
Crab noises.
"Yeah."
Click, 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 click.
He like snaps his claws, and he realizes that it was a lot louder than he expected. As you hear like a boom, boom, almost. It's a huge size crab. He was expecting a cute little like click. As he
He's a
goes to
scaredy
motion,
crab.
as he goes to motion, you guys to get on his back. As he just like lays down, just puts his belly on the
Yeah.
ground, and lets you guys crawl up.
This would be much faster. Yep.
And then you guys get on. And he
All aboard the Crabadiah Express.
makes
Choo
sure,
choo!
he makes sure
Click click!
he makes sure you guys are good. I assume somebody like taps once or twice with like a quarterstaff and be like, "Hey, we're good to go." And
Yeah.
he goes into the water and out into the bay. You guys go, and he goes out of the bay, and he goes around the side to like the shore outside the city, and he reaches up there.
Okay.
Still in crab form. You're thinking even without the you don't need an insight check for it. He didn't want to just pop in on the harbor as a hulking crab with this much gold worth of treasure. That might
possibly a smart idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. He's a smart cookie.
He's a smart crab.
He's a wizard crab.
You notice that the underneath the little two chitin plates that are the mouth of the crab, there is a long silver beard.
No.
Oh my god.
Just continue with the Zebediah transformation beard.
Yes.
Of course.
He's adorable.
I gotta keep what my DM did. So
Yeah, you gotta keep up the. I love it.
that's my favorite.
Oh, he's got a beard no matter what form he's in.
My favorite one's still the bearded flying monkey form I had, or I just have the epic wizard beard but of a flying monkey. But all right, so he gets you guys up on the shore. You guys it's a rocky shore and there's jungle. He starts using his claws to like dig this like little hole, like a crevice in, but it's far enough away from the shore that water won't come in, and he just like tilts his back and just like all his stuff just goes piling out.
He's like a tilt truck, like it does that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go rent a cart.
Alright.
Yeah.
This is literally like just outside of town. So guards do eventually come up and notice the ruckus. Then Zebediah turns back and you guys all explain it and you're all good. The guards let you guys in just fine. Everything is not that big of a deal because you're outside of town. In fact, you go into town to get a cart, and the guards actually tell the whole situation of like, you guys got a treasure hoard, and it immediately gets like everybody's attention, maybe more than you want. A merchant prince shows up and offers
Oh fuck.
Oh boy.
to bring it in.
Which merchant prince is it?
I'm looking it up.
Let's just make sure it's not the one that
What did
we're
the
very
bear
familiar with.
The stabby prince.
I thought myself, I'm just like,
Hey,
Yeah. I'm gonna do the same. No, that's probably in my backpack already. I probably put that away before we left.
Yeah.
a Jolton,
Azra's got all the scrolls.
you see a Jolton male of middle age. He's got a little bit of white, but it's like two stripes on his beard. Down here he's got like a short beard. You immediately recognize him as Jobal.
Oh shit!
The merchant prince.
hello, hi. I do not know
We
who
don't
you
have
are.
Slim this time. Yeah, you have no idea why we're acting weird. Hey!
he is
This
he is
least I
indeed
can
the
do.
stabby prince, isn't he?
It is the least I can do.
Azra's standing directly behind Chung.
What is he offering to do? I didn't quite get that.
I was just gonna have my servants help bring in the gold and possibly have a safe place for you to keep your treasure.
That would be a really great idea.
In exchange for what? In exchange for what?
She says from behind the half-orc.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
just a distant place. Like,
Just paying for services. We are merchant princes after all. So,
I mean,
and they are 1,000 gold.
There are no
That's
merchant
not bad.
princess? That's sexist.
no, they also go by prince.
You guys know that he usually deals in guides and sell swords.
Varth agrees to pay for it out of his own money.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. And he sets everything up.
No
You guys
problem.
Don't even need to worry about it. You guys probably still a watch to make sure they don't steal anything. But he has servants and stuff. And they have carts and everything, and it's almost like a borderline parade for the town as these lines of carts are coming out of the town to go into this dip of treasure, and they're putting it into these wagons, and they're hauling them off into.
I feel like there should be like a parade of elephants or something. We should be throwing coins to the masses.
I mean, you can if you want to.
you've got
masses-
major illusion. You can make those elephants if you want.
After maybe an hour of this, it has formed like a crowd equivalent to a parade.
Oh god.
As they take,
I mean, fuck it. They're already here.
as they take all this treasure to the temple to Joaquin, which is the treasury of the city.
Oh, nice. I'm
The treasury / bank of every city they're built in.
Yeah. Very good
Because
security.
Joaquin wants you to spend that cash.
I met a woman named Joaquin
Hey,
a couple hundred
Varth,
years ago.
do you know
She said she was trying to find her way to the outer planes and needed help. Interesting. She said she was a god or something, but that she gave it up because of some
I
weird
was gonna
trouble.
ask if I believe him, but it doesn't matter because he probably believes it. So
Javal says, that is oddly specific.
Yes. Some sort of crisis of ale drop him.
You'll get used to his antics at some point.
She
We're
needed
not
to
sure
find
if
a
any
way
of the
back.
stories.
It just goes in one ear out the other. I don't even listen to it.
Gave
anymore.
her powers to a Laura or something.
I'm sorry. I just heard the dog snoring really loudly.
That's Azra.
Wait.
He's like,
Wait a minute. As he like, squints his eyes towards Azra, he's like, have I talked to you before? As he points to you.
no, you definitely haven't.
Familiar faces.
Oh, Tiefling something like.
Does it look like he believes
Phrase is
them?
a bit accurate because it's convenient for me right now.
I mean, you guys can give me deception checks. I would say Azra at advantage with the Baron helping.
Why?
It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good, actually. 19.
His deception check is incredibly high.
Joel rolled a 4 on the die, so he shrugs it off. And you guys get all...
I am making sure that he is not. He is not on the side of my hip that has the white flavored version of his dagger.
No. You know, Azra's standing pointedly, like, on that side of like, hey,
I'll consider
I'm
that,
standing in front of my hip for no reason.
I'll consider that part of the deception check, and you're fine.
As we're
Yeah,
going,
I got 22.
They go to the high priest of Wakim.
as we're going, I'm making
illusions
illusions of a phoenix, and because I want to be liked in this town, I'm gonna throw around like, I don't know, 500 gold or something.
Where at do you do this in the city?
Specifically to like the people that probably need it most.
But I mean, like, where? Do you do this outside the temple of Wakim? Do you do this at the Grand Sulk?
Oh, I was doing it while we were in the parade.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's like it's already a parade. I'm gonna fucking make it a great one. So I'm casting illusions to make it look awesome and throwing gold around.
Yeah,
Nice. I
I'm
told
like,
Morty to chase the phoenix.
you're definitely
it's this already. So
you're definitely in the public's favor, and you actually have gained yourself a little bit of a fame in this. The group as a whole, because this never happens, you know. So it's like
You hear a voice from Yizgard. About damn time.
fuck off.
and one of the champions that went to the Tomb of the Nine Gods is with you. He tries to stay back, like he tries to be like, you guys have this. Like he tries to stay back.
He's like, I'm trying not, and everyone was like, Zeb, you're awesome. He's like hiding in his hat.
He's got like the foam fingers with like number 1 Zeb.
A bunch of fisher women are like, sign my book! Sign your book!
One kid's on somebody's shoulders, and he has a shirt on, and it says, "Remember your cantrips." That's kind of his slogan. Zeb really
My
doesn't.
principal said it to me once.
Zeb doesn't remind me, or he doesn't like this kind of attention. He doesn't believe people are heroes. He thinks heroes are what people should be anyway. So he
We're both
eventually
uncomfortable for different reasons.
he eventually seems to disappear after a while, and Azra, a flying monkey, lands on his shoulder, and he's got a big silver beard.
Aww, I tug on his beard affectionately. And also to make sure it is a real beard.
It's real.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay.
For some reason, I was thinking that Major Image was a 5th level. It's a 3rd level spell, and if I had cast it at 5th, it's permanent.
Oh shit.
Meanwhile, at the gate,
So if you don't retroactive it, there is permanent dancing dinosaurs in front of that gate.
People coming
Yes.
into Port
We have
Nyanzaru.
like the city better. That's amazing.
Now
It's a
they have,
permanent
like,
image
graphic sign
of dancing dinosaurs in front of
like, "Welcome to Port Nyanzaru." Oh,
A giant ball of yarn, except it's actually cool.
We could do so much graffiti with that.
Yeah, we could.
Like cool graffiti.
I
Like,
like how,
graffiti.
Yeah.
My most effective use of that was like just as a distraction and also completely unintentional that I made it permanent. Technically, I think I can dispel it,
Yeah.
but actually, wait, no, I don't have dispel magic.
You see,
I do.
You see a certain half dragon just fly over and you dispel it.
Oh.
He
I was
doesn't-
gonna
he
do
doesn't know you
that.
Get
cast
rid of
it.
this.
He doesn't know you cast
Dancing
it.
dinosaurs in front of my city gates. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
He's like, that's just a...
I would have realized quickly enough, though, that I wasn't going to dispel and maybe asked Azra to get rid of it.
And then I'm
I
sure-
feel like that's
and then I'm
probably
sure he-
annoying.
And then I'm sure he sees me and Azra's like hodgepodge collection of crap we built the gateway out of. And he's like, well, that looks really weird. It still seems to work.
It's nice crap. We tried very hard.
I'm just imagining
We
how
did.
that looks after we left. Like, there's still dancing
Vines and nature will
dinosaurs,
grow out of it.
and someone super clearly wrecked that archway and rebuilt it shoddily.
Rebuilt
And
it
when
with
he
dirt
asked
and stone.
What happened? They're just like, I don't know. There were dancing dinosaurs and a strange woman who was conducting
boy.
them. And another woman pulling a winged cat out of a hat. And he's just like, oh, fuck, I know these people.
Oh, those people.
Oh boy.
He probably immediately assumes, what were they up to? Because
Yeah. We're Schultz
We've
B
been up
team.
to something.
Like,
yeah, we are. We're Schultz B team.
C or D.
Like,
Like
what was
the
the B
slightly
team? What are those
shitty
guys
version.
up to?
yeah.
Oh my god, that should be our party
Fucking
name.
shenanigans.
Schultz B team. That should be our party name.
Yeah.
Schultz B team. Well, Zeb's like embarrassingly part of the A team or the B team.
Yeah. He got demoted.
I mean, Acquisitions Incorporated does have an A team and a C team and a B team.
Well, yeah.
You guys have
But
heard,
no, when God,
you've heard of this.
Azra would not sign up for hacking, even if that was a possibility.
You've heard of this guild of adventurers. They are based in Waterdeep. They were in Neverwinter, I think, originally.
I think so.
And then there was a crazy kaiju fight. And they moved to Waterdeep. Or something. Anyway, so on this day, on Alasius the Third of 1498 DR, the Merchant Princes of Port Nyanzaru have named this day the Dancing Dragon Turtle Day.
Oh no.
Yay, there's a holiday. We created a holiday, everyone.
And on
God.
on this day, the Merchant Princes go through a parade and they throw coins out to the masses. And have the theme of Dragon Turtle.
Yay! We
That's so
created
cool.
a holiday.
Tutus are
That's awesome.
mandatory.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
And in case you
Well,
guys are wondering, that's equivalent to August, so it was like late summer holiday.
Varth gets
Oh,
in that part of that celebration and gets rid of his 8 silver pieces and just throws them into the crowd. Because he doesn't know what you do with this money, but apparently giving it to
Everywhere
people
else
is
got
good. So he's
gold.
like, whatever.
So how
But the
much,
water Genasi does not understand currency.
you're just
He
throwing,
just gives it to people because he's not sure what that this is here.
you're just throwing random coin, right? There's no real.
Yeah.
I mean, Dagger when she was throwing stuff around.
I mean, I wasn't, like, looking at them. I was under the impression... Like, I'm not going to throw the gems and shit.
Yeah,
But yeah, random coin.
there's 500 gold worth of coins. There's more than 5,000 coins.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm assuming they're just random. They're not all gold. Like there's gold, silver, copper,
Fair, yeah.
electrum. So you throw. I just rolled randomly around 250 worth of gold total during this whole parade.
Because I'm sure there was a hell of a lot more copper and silver than there was gold and platinum
Yeah. You
and
threw.
electrum.
You probably
Because that's going to be rarer materials.
you probably threw a few thousand coins, but we'll say in post after you guys like count it, or the treasurer counts it in Temple Joaquin, it's around
Right.
250 gold less than what it was before. which is fine.
I'll actually take what I can.
And I'm sure he's made
out
some
of
of his
my
own.
own.
I'm sure the treasurer has made some of his own spells specifically
I'll
for
make sure
counting
that
points.
when we get there, I refund that back to the group fund since, like, I didn't ask before I did it. I just did it. But I have more than enough to cover that in my own personal funds.
Yeah.
Fun fact: in the DMG, they have sanity skill as optional, and they have honor skills optional. If we were going with honor, if it was like a Rokugan campaign, you guys would definitely went up at least a level in honor with Port Nyanzaru.
Yeah.
But in roleplay aspect, people will definitely know your names now here, and are very and immediately treat you as friendly, unless they're just like a really grumpy person. Like if you run into Scrooge McDuck.
Unless they're just shitty.
But it's like how the Baron is in most places he visits. Everybody loves him.
Or a random, really rich merchant that's foreign from here, and it's like, oh, why would they just throw coins? How much waste?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why would you throw away money?
Oh my god.
This parade is literally throwing away money.
Never stop this because we never stop.
It's true.
Once the party stops, it doesn't. Or, no, whatever. Anyway, so.
The party don't stop now.
Damn right, bitches. So, you guys stay here, I would say, at least another 10 days, because the celebration goes on for quite a while. Maybe not as intense as it was when the Tomb of Nine Gods was destroyed, but it's still like 10 days of you guys having like a vacation, a little break. As you guys just like, you're at the tavern, you drink and you get stories from people. Volo is not here anymore. You didn't ask around. Apparently he went up to Waterdeep.
Did he die?
Apparently went up to Waterdeep.
Oh, he went to Waterdeep.
Wanted to help
Cool,
some friends.
so he didn't drink himself to death. Good to know.
Yeah.
I think he's got some sort of immunity to poison, and he just drinks to be funny at this point.
Oh my god!
There's some kind of heist going on up in Waterdeep, and he's trying to help with it. So. Took the first ship up there. And while you're here...
during that 10-day, if anyone needs Earth moved, I move it. Even if it's just for construction purposes.
You're like an earth-moving subcontractor now.
Right, yeah.
That's for calling in life.
Someone's like, hey, we need this, we need a flat land over here, but we don't want to disturb this plant life. Varth's like, I got it. Just moves the earth and puts the plants over there. Yeah. So I help expand flat land and move earth around to make the city better for construction purposes without disturbing nature.
In Tiraki Anchorage, which is in the southwestern part of town, it's just outside the walls, but it's where they have the farms for all the dinosaurs that they domesticate for beasts of burden and stuff. You help expand the pens and stuff with move earth and stuff like that.
Without disturbing the plant life. I kind of move the plant life along with the earth to move it away so that it's not disturbed. The plants can grow somewhere else and not be in the way of all the city.
Oh, yeah.
And vice versa. If they want plant life in the city, I help them pick good spots to put trees and plant life in the city as well.
Okay. During this 10-day, Zeb, whenever he gets the time, talks with you about the Yanti. And he asks for pretty much everything you know about that base. Like, what would be the best way of approaching and stuff like that.
I tell him everything, which is everything that's written down in the Tomb of Annihilation under the chapter that talks about the Yanti, because that's how much I know.
I would say you know as much as what Rosnisi would allow his underlings to know.
Right.
Because there are things that he would know about that layer that you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's things he wouldn't want me to tell.
Like, you've never been in his nest. I know that for sure.
Well, yeah. Right.
So, alright. He sets up a plan. Do you guys do anything else for this 10-day with your treasure?
Okay, so question: those big ass sapphires, those were separate from the 35k in gems, were they?
No,
those were
5,000 in gems. 35 were the 7 gems. 5,000 in coins.
Yeah, there were 7 gems worth 5,000 coins. Those were each, and those were the sapphires. And then there were coins that were worth 5,000 gold total.
Okay, so each of us have 6,000 gold then. The 5k gem plus
If we give to Tess and Chun, yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't give to them, we get 1250 in coins and 1 gem worth 5,000. If we give a gem to Tess and Chun,
I'd say we give one to them. Yeah.
Well, I think we should divide evenly. So a total of 6,000 with 5,000 gold piece gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
While Zebediah isn't with Varth, having tea talk where they like make tea and just chat back and forth. Maybe not always about Yanti, because he doesn't want to stick with a grim subject for too long. He does start uses fabrication to make a wooden shrine to Ooptown, and he's starting to try to get the religion back.
Aww,
Ooptown
nice.
is back.
Ooh, okay.
And he goes to pray to Ooptown and stuff. Does some rituals kind of like legend lore, but not quite legend lore. You know, it has like the incense and all that. He traces mate. He now has a amulet, or I should say talisman, that has the Ooptown maze on it. He starts to look a little more priestly, so he goes with that. He mentions that he's going to go try to find the lost city of Mesro after this, if he survives. Ooptown told him that would actually be his new home and would not be plane shifted by a certain walker of the plains.
Probably.
Well, hopefully he doesn't plane shift the whole city.
Mostly because the whole city is already plane shifted.
Challenge.
I guess that fixes that.
Zeb says that and
Wait.
covers his mouth like, whoops.
Does Zeb tell us that the city of Mesro has been plane shifted?
He does, and then he's like, whoops, like he shouldn't have said that.
Oh, that's cool. There's a
Dag's
place
like
back
suddenly
home
like,
on-
I'm gonna write that shit down. Maybe not tell everyone, but that makes that changes things for her.
Dagger, you can give me a history check on Mesro. I know you have the second ed book and everything, so out of character you know.
Varth is going to spend this week doing 2 things. One, I'm going to spread the cult of Justicia amongst the poor people by also building pots in the poor districts that have vines that grow fruit, and kind of spread that around the poor district and just fill the poor district with a bunch of fruit that they can eat that would grow naturally in the city, and tell them if they grant these plants the gift of water, then Justicia will grant them more food.
And then
free.
just build fences around him, but like ours now. Also, that's a 30 on my history check.
Okay.
Okay, so
Did you roll a 20?
I did, yes.
so
Oh my god.
for your history check, I'm not going to lore dump this because you already know a lot of it. Essentially, you know that after the second spell plague, which is called the Sundering, the city appeared to have been destroyed. All the people that lived there died. Their corpses are there and everything. What Zeb told you doesn't make sense with any history recordings that you found ever. You know that the Flaming Fists group of mercenaries have been going through the ruins and have been scavenging relics and stuff. So the place pretty much doesn't have any treasures anymore, if it even had any to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But you know exactly where Mesro's at with that history check for sure. You know where the ruins
Or where it was.
The ruins
But
are
now
still
I-
there.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, because, like, out of character, I know that if we were to go there, we'd just find the ruins, and we wouldn't have any way to know that that's not the real city.
And,
Right.
And you,
So now she has a clue, which she didn't before.
and it is the holy city of Ooptown. So
Mhm.
it's the equivalent of Jerusalem for the soul people, essentially. It's so that's probably really breaking news of what Zeb slipped is true, and you're pretty sure he doesn't lie. The does anyone else do anything on their 10 day?
Something happened like that on the plane of his city disappeared, or continent. Yes, plane shifted away.
Azra's gonna do something similar. She's gonna go around to all of the urchin children that she finds and just like take them out to eat. It's just her and like 30 urchin children, like, yeah, let's eat food. But, like,
Oh.
Yeah, they're all pretty happy and excited.
And they all get to play with Morty, and Morty hates it, but he deals with it.
One's a tiefling boy, and he just comes up and hugs your leg one day, and he's like, his head's at your knee, and he looks up at you and he says, "Are you my mom?"
Azra just begins to cry. She's like, it's like an overwhelmed cry where you're like, what?
Varth does spend 200 gold pieces renovating poor parts of the city by putting gardens and little potted plants that specifically only grow food.
Nice.
That can be shared with the public.
You guys notice fairly quickly there are quite a few people that are going around town wearing wooden masks, and they have blue robes that are stylized to look like waves, like they're wearing waves and stuff. As the mask itself has the carving of Ixalian on it, as you recognize quite clearly as a sign of Varth's influence in the town.
Oh,
I've been a few days at a spa.
And by the way, if I can find any like kind old people, I'm gonna leave some money with them so they can look after the kids.
Okay.
I'm sure they probably have orphanages.
Take them off my hands. I can't handle this. They're too adorable.
I'm sure they've got orphanages in this town. It's pretty huge.
Yeah.
That's what temples are for.
Yeah, sure. Uh-oh. I didn't get any of that, Maddie.
Uh-oh.
No, me neither.
There were robot noises, Azra. Oh. Severe lag.
Believe it.
Sorry, it did the lag where it put you in like slow motion, but also like synthesized.
No.
What did you say?
It synthesized your voice robotically.
You're good now. What did you say?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I will either like create an orphanage or endorse one that already exists, like with money. I'll become a patron of the orphanage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're able to set one up in one of the poor houses in the district. So that's the poor people are at. When I say poor, I mean like
most cities have is if the Thayan wizards come in and capture all the children and enslave them. That's the only orphanage most cities have in favor.
Yeah, there's plenty of temples.
I don't know about that.
It's called the Old City, and there's a pit in the middle of the street of the Old City that is like Army of Darkness. You know where they threw him in the pit and there's a creature inside?
Oh god.
It's like that, but with dinosaurs. And people who are guilty are on one side, and the dinosaurs on the other. And if the person's able to get to the other side and get out of the pit, they are cleansed of whatever their crimes were. And it's usually a big entertainment scene. You guys probably could witness one or two during this 10-day. Like somebody stole from one of the merchant princes, or pretended like they were one of the higher up merchants under the merchant prince, and they're thrown in the pit with like 3 velociraptors or something. Obviously,
oh god.
Obviously, didn't get very far because they're like merchants; they're not adventurers or anything.
Velociraptors are size
right.
So that's hilarious.
Raptors.
Yeah. The little kids enjoy the entertainment. It's fun for the family.
Look at that chicken's eating them.
For all the family.
It literally says that people from all parts of the town, including the princes themselves, will go and watch these spectacles. So this is the gladiatorial arena of the city, essentially.
Varth probably spends some time there recruiting people.
You actually do get one person that gets put down there, and they're a druid. And they actually negotiate their way out of the dinosaur eating them, and they get out, and they're scot-free. They're fine.
Nice.
But, I attempt to recruit them.
Give me a charisma check. Just in general.
You heard about
I'll give
Lord and Savior?
I'll give you proficiency because
have you heard the glory of Ixalian? Let me tell you. Charisma check
with proficiency.
So I rolled a 14 with proficiency. 18.
Okay, yeah, you accrued him. He's probably one of the higher ups in your cult, just because he has druidic powers.
I tell him about the Ixalian garden things I've built in the poor district, so he can go over there and help maintain them and spread the word of Ixalian to the people, because he's got magic. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, Azra.
No, it's okay. Azra just remembered that she has a scroll of Lehman's Triumphant Tower that she can cast soon. So she's gonna come back here and make a tower for the kids that looks like it's made of jello.
That's 7th level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't cast it yet, but I'm gonna come back when I can.
Yeah. I was
The
gonna say,
giant
don't
tower
cast
that
it, memorize
I
it.
think it's made of jello.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Azra, you should make it so that only orphan children can enter. And that's part of the tower. Like, only orphan kids can...
There is a
would be cool.
downside. Who's going to feed them?
Me.
The older
And
orphan
also-
children.
Lehman's plate and cup.
I mean, you've got like one.
2. But, like, it's fine.
We just gotta go back to the
I'll
tower every
find
so
Lehman.
often and clean the cups with...
I don't actually know if I got a scroll for
If
that.
we- If she leaves one of the plates and the cups there, all she has to do is go back every once a week and clean them with holy water. So, I mean, it's super easy to do. That'll be easy to maintain.
You know what you could do? I'm sorry, this
What?
is the universe, but the cult of Ixalian helps out with the orphanage, and a few of them maybe have a cleric level, and they can cast ceremony and use the money they get from the cult to make holy water, which is used on the plates to make food and stuff.
Nice.
They also
And
go
they
into
can teach
power.
the kids how to be druids. They
You
can
know
teach
what?
the kids how to
What?
be...
I'm gonna do that. Because now the kids can be druids
Yeah.
for the cult.
Okay, cool.
Boom.
Cool.
Work
Done.
together.
So many tiny baby druids that we are
Yes.
unleashing. Port
Yes.
Nyanzaru.
And oh wait,
I wanna
hold
make
on.
sure that
Azra thinks this is a great idea.
Baron's just like,
Tiny druids
Yeah.
of Ixalian.
Baron, he's just standing in the middle of town while you guys are doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just hear like a spectral turtle voice like, wait, so this is okay, but I can't have them as pets?
I have to wait 10 days before I can talk to them.
Okay, let's say at the very end of this,
Tommy, one of the pets.
at the very end of this, it's been 10 days. If you wanted to cast it again, at the very end
Okay.
of this 10 day.
I have no reason to talk to the dragon. We have so shit.
Okay.
Um,
And then, does Dagger do anything for this 10 day, or?
well, she's gonna do some shopping, but first, I want to, now that we have our names known, I want to get into whoever has most extensive library, regarding like magical creatures. Ideally, I'm looking for info on mummies.
That would be the Merchant Prince Wakanda.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask her if I can help, or if she can help me out.
Uh,
Then,
what was
I don't
that?
know.
What was
Yes,
that?
that is
I
literally his
will
name.
go with Dagger.
His name is
Give me
Wakanda Utamu.
Conda for
Kind of fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I did it silently, but yes.
Just like
He owns the one library in town, and it's in his villa. This Merchant Prince. He's also where you'd get your magic items and stuff. If you wanted to sell scrolls and
Oh,
potions,
nifty.
he could buy them off you. Him
Oh,
or
yeah.
any of the merchants underneath him.
I feel like that scroll of protection might actually come in useful. We should probably hold on to that.
Yeah, we should keep that.
What do you guys think about this scroll of Dance Macabre, which I don't even know what that does.
It is
Give
a
me,
spell.
give me
black
Arcana.
magic spell.
Give me Arcana checks on it,
Brings people to life.
because that's
Ugh,
it's not.
that's
nice.
not great.
It's not
18.
nice. Ooh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're way better than me. I got a 13.
Kevin, when you said that, I pictured the scene in Aladdin where the genie says, "Don't ask me to bring people back from the dead. It's not."
It's not pleasant. I don't like doing it.
Shakes him violently. I don't like doing it.
We watched that a while ago, and it was so good. Still, it's so great.
I love that movie.
I saw.
I could watch that movie forever and never get sick of it.
Apparently, like it was like clawing teeth to get Robin Williams for that, and even then they
Yeah.
had like legal issues later.
Oh,
That's
They
my
forever
problem,
immortalized
is
him in World of Warcraft
kind of
as the genie.
anime dead spell. You animate like 5 corpses to do what you need.
Yeah, it's I would say essentially the most powerful of the necromancer making undead spells. Is this.
oh, I'm torn
Any of us.
because
Doesn't
there is
fit any
no-
of us.
You see a
Okay,
blue
so the
triangle
only ones-
on this scroll, by the way.
what? So the wizard and the warlock can cast this.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you would be into it.
Nah.
I don't know if you would be.
You've never actually seen me use magic.
I have. I've seen you cast 2 spells ever.
For those at home, this is 5th level necromancy spell, and you can make up to 5 small or medium corpses rise as either skeletons or zombies. Essentially, it's in Sanitar's Guide to Everything. For anyone who's curious.
So I just looked it up, and Scott, this scroll of protection. You have to roll a d100 to see who it protects against, whether it's like beasts or celestials or whatever.
Politicians.
Since you got it open, 47.
For work.
47. Oh, protects against Fae. That's not useful.
Well, I mean,
I guess if we
San
ever,
Francisco.
hey, do you ever want to find that one hag that tormented you for a while?
Oh yeah, we can put that on the list if you like.
Okay.
I'm pretty
You guys remember
sure
that?
that hag is
She
dead.
might already be dead.
She's probably dead.
I'm pretty
But,
sure
you
that
know.
hag is dead.
You guys remember?
Because I remember
The Coven of Hags.
I was talking to one of the A team about how she also got haunted by a hag.
Yeah, there's this a very gentleman-looking fellow, and he is a barbarian of the ancestral spirit or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like this gent, but he's got like a great sword on his back. I like that guy. But he only played like 2 sessions of Doom of Annihilation, and on the second session he killed 2 of the 3 night hags.
Oh,
That's
nice. Yeah, we're probably fine.
One of which I think was the one that was tormented.
Yeah, all 3 are dead.
Yeah, it was. Mine was Peggy Deadbells was mine.
All 3 are very dead.
Yeah.
Cool. Never mind, take them off the list.
Okay, so we
They're
might want
scratched
to
off the list forever.
getting rid of some of these scrolls. There is a question though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about selling this scroll because, like, it's pretty evil, right?
What? Which one?
The Dance Macabre.
I don't think necromancy is evil in and of itself. Azra just thinks it's gross.
It can be neutral.
They probably wouldn't think it's evil here in Chult, more than they would in other cultures, but I'm sure it's not that useful.
You don't need a history check. You'd find it really hard to sell
It's
here
not permanent.
because Chult is infested with undead, and they definitely.
That's what I was
undead.
thinking. I was wondering if one of the churches, or perhaps this chick, might buy it from me just to make sure that it is not in the hands of somebody that would do worse with it. And to try and
says he'll
convince
buy it
them
off
of
you.
that. Oh, okay. I was gonna, because I'm like, to help convince them of it, it's like, for what it's worth, we're planning on doing some really dangerous shit soon. So it might just, if nobody buys it, it's just gonna end up in my backpack next to my dead body.
As he sees a blue triangle on this scroll, he says he'll buy it off you. How much are you selling it for?
I don't know how much a scroll this level is worth. It's a 5th level spell. So
What rarity is 5th level would be what you're looking for?
that's what I'm looking
It'd
for.
be near the beginning of the treasure stuff in
Spell
D&D.
scroll. It is rare.
Okay, he will buy it from you for 5,000. He'll just give you that
hello.
gem back.
Hella.
And as he buys it off of you, he holds it and casts Bonfire and gets rid of it.
Pretty nice.
He tells you that it had to have been made by Rosnissi.
Yeah, judging by the thing. Wait,
It had a triangle. on it.
Rosnissi has been here?
He lives here.
Rosnissi's influence is much larger than you think.
But he's been to the port.
He explains.
Yes.
He explains
He's
that Rosnissi is much older than you realize. He is.
I mean, I figured he was really old. He's a mummy. But, yeah.
He is the main reason why.
Some moms are
Utau-
very young. Like 14, 15.
Go ahead, Scott.
He's the main reason why Zeb wants to get rid of the Yanti. He explains that Utau told him Mesro cannot come back since he already spoiled with you guys. That it's somewhere else. That Mesro will not come back to the Prime Flame until Rosnissi is dead. Rosnissi used to be one of the guardians of the city, and he betrayed them. So, Utau really, really does not like him.
Yeah.
Do we want to also sell the Scroll of Gaius then, since Varth can cast it?
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
none of you guys want to copy it.
Actually, can you learn that, Azra? You can, if you would like to.
Good question, but I don't think so. Oh, I can't. I mean, I'm not really into telling people what to do.
That's fair. That is also a 5th level spell.
Yep.
I would
Yeah.
actually probably offer that, if not to this merchant prince, then to whoever is in charge of this place.
Wakanda. He's in charge of all the magic stuff in Port Nyanzaru.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
There is
thinking
some-
like it'd be useful to whoever is like
You could
hands out judgment and laws.
exchange to the Church of Savaras, divination, mind magics.
Yeah, they might. They
Or
can't.
we just give it to this guy, or exchange for another scroll.
They can't really afford to just give 5,000 for that.
Well, that's the idea, is that we trade a scroll for a scroll.
Or many small scrolls.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that with the temple, but
Yeah.
Whoever gives us best deal.
Oh shit.
Yes.
what's that?
Oh, that's not that useful. I was looking at 5th level bard spells, and there's Planner Binding, and I'm like, it'd be really useful to pin down some of the creatures that we've run into, but no, that's different. Planner Binding brings us something to you and makes it your bitch. The one I'm looking for would be like not Force Cage. It's like something that locks you down. I don't remember what it is.
I think you can use
Dimensional
Planner
Anchor.
for that.
There's dimensional shackles that do that.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
You heard when you were in Sigil. They're everywhere. The guards stuff. That's what they use to arrest things. I mean, how else could you arrest a lot of these outer planes creatures that can just teleport at will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this guy have maybe just trying to think here, plus like a maybe +1 scale mail armor that's made out of fish scales
He does
or
not,
chitin?
but he knows which prince you could talk to order it. And it would take a little
Okay.
while, but they could make it for you and everything.
Well, then I'm going to definitely research that during the 10-day that we were celebrating and get it with my money afterwards.
Okay. Ixalian Athka deals with weapons, shields, traveling gear, rain catchers, saddles, wagons, canoes, and armor.
Because I can wear scale mail, it just can't be made out of metal.
She's the Cholt version of Chung, pretty much.
And if it's made out of chitin or if it's made out of chitin or scales, then I can use it. And then I wouldn't need to be attuned to the braces of defense, so I could actually use something else.
Yeah.
It might be useful. A scroll of mass cure wounds is a 5th level. If we could switch that with a gas spell.
Oh, the
And-
temple can do that for you.
Yeah. And then that way we have it, and both me and Varth can cast it.
Okay.
So if one of us falls, then we need it. So we have a scroll of mass cure wounds.
Ixalian.
Azra, do you have any braces of defense or anything like that?
I don't think I can use them because they're armor technically.
No, they actually aren't. That's the main reason to use them. That's
Oh,
why monks and barbarians like them.
Really?
I think they are
I'll
attunement,
take them
though.
then.
They are attunement, yes, but they aren't
Yeah.
technically armor.
God damn it.
I mean, I'll take them and then attune or not as I see fit.
Let me think.
If you're not
There's-
going
Right, yeah.
Cloak of
If
protection.
they were going to be useful for our party, that would be more useful.
There's Cloak of Protection,
Yeah.
Ring of Protection, and Braces of Protection. And then
All of which require attunement.
and then get that
Yeah.
Dwarf Merchant in Neverwinter with the full rock, full plate, and you're all set.
The Cloak of Protection has the benefit that it adds both to your AC and to your saves.
saves as well, yeah.
Right.
It does require attunement, though.
Yeah.
While I am researching in this library, do I know anything of what a mummy can do? Primarily, what I'm wondering is, like, is there a specific damage that they deal mostly? Like, is it necrotic, or is it like a disease or something?
Emotional.
Give me a religion check at advantage because you're in the
Emotional.
library for researching it.
Let me see. Enhance ability lasts an hour, so because I know what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and cast that on myself, so hopefully it helps me absorb what I'm learning more.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It wouldn't matter because I already have advantage. Why am I going to waste a spell slot on it?
Okay.
God, do I get my chain mail or scale mail in that week?
They have to order it out
Or
of town.
10-day?
They have to order it out of town, but it should be there within the next 10-day after this 10-day.
Okay, that's fine. How much did it cost?
For the +1, Whatever the armor is, plus 500.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much is plus 2 then?
Plus 2 is much more.
It's like 5,000, I think.
It's
Oh,
stupid.
cool.
It's
I
a
have to
stupid
use for
high.
my sapphire then.
Oh, okay. Well, if you invest in that, go right ahead.
So I rolled a 1 and a 3, so that's 13.
With a 13, you were able to...
Now, the other question is, would anybody have come with me?
I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
If you're in a library, I'm probably there.
Azra, you can roll at advantage if you also...
Okay.
I have no desire to be in your collection of dead trees.
Yeah.
It's a religion check, correct?
Yes.
18.
Oh, shit, it was religion? Even worse then.
Oh, boy.
That's a 7.
Well, with a total of 18...
I have a +4 just because I'm good at books.
Mummies are usually watched over temples and stuff. Shocker. They have a touch that gives a supernatural disease, one that can't be cured by lesser restoration, called mummy rot, which is very dangerous because it lowers your max HP, and if you get down to 0, you die and turn to dust.
Oh shit.
Greater Restoration can remove it, though.
Greater Restoration with
Yeah.
18. Greater Restoration and remove curse can get rid of this.
Okay.
Okay, so we need some greater restoration and curse spells.
Varth has Greater Restoration.
Yeah,
We
but
also
we might want
fuck away
scrolls
from-
so that you don't have to prepare it.
We may want remove curse, just in case Varth is the one that has it, or if more than one of us get it.
Will it require both of them, or just one or the other?
One or the other. The
Okay.
remove curse is the lowest level version of that door.
Okay.
In this edition, that's actually not that bad.
Does it do like any specific damage mostly, like necrotic or?
It decreases your health by 3d6 every 24 hours. There's no damage type. It just does it.
Oof.
Well, not like the mummy rat. I was wondering like if it has an attack, or does it just like bash your face in with its bare hands?
Oh yeah, no, it does. It does some necrotic, yeah.
Okay, so maybe potions of necrotic resistance would be useful.
It's immune to necrotic as well. I'll say you get that much after 18.
Okay, that's good to know. So Varth, don't bother preparing blight for that dude.
No, no, I've got Moonbeam for him.
Would you like to do any other history checks while in this library, like maybe on Rosnesi?
Yeah, let's do that. I will roll again, and hopefully the dice don't fuck me again. Okay, that's much better. That's a 23.
23. So, Rosnesi used to be one of the Bari of Mesro. Bari are equivalent of paladins. There were 7 of them. They're like super paladins, essentially. They are mortal guardians of Mesro. He was gift. Each one got a unique power from Uktao to protect the city with, and of course his was being able to raise undead. Why Uktao gave that to him, I have no idea. But he has bad mojo with Mesro because they kicked him out. Because he not only got rid of an enemy of theirs, but he pretty much genocided them and their entire group. So now Uktau's like, whoa, that's not cool, man. That's equivalent of like, oh hey, this one German guy was really evil and like a serial killer, so he went in and killed all the Germans. That's pretty much the equivalent of what he did. And then he raised them as his undead army.
Mm-hmm.
And Uktau's like, okay, no, you're not allowed in here anymore. And he banned him. And with that check, that blue triangle today is infamously known as Rosnesi's symbol, and they're on his undead, but it's actually the symbol of the Bari, the paladins of Uktao.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the swastika, where you got that negative connotation, but it actually originally meant something good.
It was a symbol of power used by native tribes.
Yeah.
Yep.
While this is happening, Azra has found a book about cats, and she's reading it to Madi so that he can learn how to be a cat.
Hear about the cat. You find a book on the cat folk as well, far off land.
Yeah.
how they usually don't gather treasure, but they value stories more than anything else. They'll keep an item more of like a nostalgia. Like, oh hey, I kept this little shard of wood because it gave me a splinter way back in the day that almost killed me. Oh, good time.
Yeah.
Hey Varth, you have 6 level spells, right?
Yeah.
Sunbeam might be something that you want to consider.
Yeah, maybe.
It's concentration, but it deals 68 radiant damage, and undead have disadvantage. Especially, not so much on Rosnisi, because I'm sure he's probably like really good at dodging, but if he sends an army of undead at us, then...
I have Dawn as well, and that should stack on top. I got it for when we were fighting that demon lord, but she killed me before I could do anything.
What material is the scale mail armor made out of that I get?
The scale mail, it is to your specifications.
Okay, cool. Fish scale.
This is like a really the merchant princes of Port Nyanzaru are like a Etsy store. You can get whatever you want. It's going to cost you a lot though, and it might take a while to get to you.
That's actually pretty damn accurate.
Yep.
Actually, I'm going to want Sunburst anyway because it does extra Sunburst or Sunbeam.
Sunbeam. I don't know if you can get Sunburst.
Sunbeam, Undead, and Oozes have disadvantage on the save for that spell.
That's what I was saying why you want it. You can't do Sunburst, I don't think. I think that's too high a spell level.
It's base level, but Sunbeam, I'm totally going to hit him. Yeah. 5 foot long, 60 foot long, 5 foot wide beam. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yes, it's up against it, and he's blinded. Oh yeah.
For the when you talk to Zebediah about the Yanti and stuff, you know that Rosnisi has a pet Hydra that he feeds the dead corpses to. Whatever the Yanti don't eat, he feeds to his pet Hydra.
Okay, good to know.
AKA, if any of the Yanti disobey him, he's just like, okay, and he kills them and just feeds them to his Hydra.
I'm gonna research Hydras then, because we've never encountered one, I don't think.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did?
Oh yeah, that's right.
We polymorphed it into a fish, and it swam away.
You encountered it in the plane of water vault.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we polymorphed it into something non-hostile, and it was like, yide, and ran away.
We also have an idea of what to do, though, because if he's next to his Hydra, he's going to counterspell polymorph. We just have to assume he's going to counterspell whatever we do, because he's a powerful spellcaster, right?
Yeah, he's a necromancer.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way he's going to let us polymorph his beloved pet into a goldfish, you know?
True.
You also know, Varth, and you explained this to Zeb and anyone else who was there at the time, that Rosnisi is looking after this ancient relic called the Black Opal Crown that he and the Yanti believe they need to open up the gates to hell and the peaks of flame that will unleash Dendar onto the world and she'll eat the sun.
Oh, yeah. I definitely shared
Forgot about
that bit of
that.
information.
It was
That's
rumored
a
to be
thing.
in the tomb, but you guys never saw it.
What's it called again?
You know it as the
The,
Black Opal Crown. There's no... from what I know, there is no name. Yeah, there's no name for it. It's just called Black Opal Crown.
Do I think it's actually an artifact, or do I think it's just the crown that they think does something?
It is a relic for sure. It's the same equivalent to your platinum trout.
Okay.
So it's big.
Would be like a legendary item that would be like an artifact kind of thing.
You also know from that company, the Yellow Banner, that you guys met very briefly before the death curse happened. And they went in there. They were looking for another relic. Apparently there are quite a few relics that were in the tomb. You guys can theorize maybe Azra put them there as bait for adventurers.
Probably, that seems like him.
Zoltak, which functions like a Philosopher's Stone for Full Metal Alchemist, essentially. You can sacrifice a lot of souls into it, and it can resurrect anyone from any time. Kind of thing. It can resurrect an ancient dead. You're not sure why the company Yellow Banner wanted that, but maybe it's just for money. No one knows. Literally, no one knows. They don't have it in the module, so no one knows.
Right.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knew.
You do know that one of the 4 heroes that got rid of the soulmonger, Pleagle, this Triton sorceress, found the Eye of Zoltak in the tomb, and she sold it to one of the princes. That's where most of Zebediah's money comes from. That and the merchants being like, here's money because you just literally saved the world in our financial gains.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Even then, Zebediah.
Right.
Zebediah actually turned down like half the stuff we gave him. Much to my party's dismay, Jeanette can confirm down below, because she's like, you could have gave it to my character, but no, you didn't.
Okay, so what do we know about Hydras? Like, how do we get rid of it other than just like...
Real quick,
yes.
the
Is it a
Baron
bee?
Oh, yeah, what's the
sees
Baron doing?
if someone in town has a flame tongue sword. Rare.
They do not, but if you go to that gladiator prince I was talking about, the weapons and
Sure.
all that, she can order one for you from Waterdeep.
How much?
I actually would say that Tess and Chung would go as well, because I was thinking they might look into buying some fancy weapons as well. Because like Chung has a +1 weapon, but it doesn't do any extra damage.
Let's see here.
And I was thinking the Flame Blade would go nicely for her, or a Sword of Life Stealing would be helpful, especially since she doesn't have a lot of hit points.
It is necrotic. You said mummies immune to that.
They are.
That is
But
why
regular
I'm
UNT won't be.
going to get an extra sword.
It could see about getting 3 fancy, nice matching Flame Blades.
Let's see how much they are. They're rare.
Yeah.
By the way, after that armor, Varth's AC went from 14 to 20.
Holy shit.
Went up by
With the
6.
braces, with the braces of defense, I'm at a 13.
That sword will cost you
You don't-
5,000.
Okay.
Actually, no, it'll cost you 6,000 because of shipping fees and them having to actually manufacture it from scratch.
Do we get a bonus?
Oh, like
Do we get a
buy-
discount if we buy 3 at once?
That is with
It's
the
like buying shit in Australia.
3
shit.
flame tongues.
Well, 2 because they can't afford 3.
For 2, it's 11,000. So 1,000 off.
Gee,
Not bad.
the exact amount of much money I just got.
Technically, you'd have 500 left over, but yeah.
All of his money. All of it. If only he had friends who could lend him some money that he doesn't have.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, we have other money. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, I got some money. It's just the fact that it essentially was identical to what I just got.
Don't tell him that.
With all these magic items we're ordering, it sounds like we're not going to be leaving for another week. Or at least another 10 day. That gives us some more time to do some things with the cult and your orphanage, Azra.
Oh yeah, okay.
So,
That's cool.
So while I'm waiting around for my armor, because I'm definitely not going after Rasnissi without armor. That's stupid. Me and Azra spend that time building up the cult and her orphanage, which are definitely connected now.
well, since we're spending 10 days in town, Zebediah is going to craft a magic item for himself to help.
I looked at it and I was like, there is nothing I can craft that is like useful because I would need to achieve like everything.
Don't think of it that way, though. Think of it as something you could craft that could be useful for the orphanage you could leave in your tower. Could you craft anything like that?
You look at
He's
that.
got a point.
Because if it's something simple that you could show children how to use, then they could use it, or the druid guy that watches over the orphanage and the cult.
Yeah.
My druid dude that I recruited.
You know what would be useful? For a permanent a couple of permanent fucking hell, invisible servant things that you do.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You do
Either that or a teleportation circle, I was thinking.
Oh, that wouldn't be good, because we don't have one for Chult, do we?
No, we don't.
Zebediah says he's got the
Kind of.
teleportation covered if you guys need that.
Yeah.
Doesn't know who's going to be with us, though.
Well, yeah,
But
we don't know if
when
he's
we're
always
in-
going to be with us. She's
Yeah,
to
I'm
learn it
thinking
eventually.
coming here
Anyway.
from like Waterdeep later.
Oh, okay. The Zebediah just he comes back and he makes something you guys don't expect him to. He comes back with a very long spear. You recognize it as a pike. It is shaped like a pike fish.
Okay.
I like it.
He explains that it's called Pike of the Pike. He took your guys' advice, and with Varth's information, he went to the plane of water, to the Sea of Glass, talked with some Nixie, and got himself the spear from them.
Heck yeah.
He mentioned someone called Puff of Bubbles is high.
Oh yeah, I think we met that one.
Yeah, she was one of the ones at the auction.
Oh,
She was the one.
do I know how to craft
Mhm.
plates, the Lehman's plate and cup, or is that a spell?
You do not know how to make it, but you could try to figure out how to make it, like deconstruct one and reconstruct.
I think I'll spend. Would I have to? Would I
You
have
might
to
break
like
it.
destroy it? Would I have to destroy it to learn how to do it?
You would, yes.
Okay, I'll do that later. But not right now.
Yeah,
I need this. I need
they'll
this plate.
need it for the. They'll need it for the time we're gone.
The biggest downside,
Yeah.
you're high enough level, this shouldn't be really an issue, but if you somehow failed your Arcana check, you would still destroy it, but you wouldn't figure out how to use it, how to make it.
Yeah, no. Azra's not taking that chance. She's always like banking on the fact that she will make a mistake.
So, knowing what a mummy can do now, Dag is going in search of things that can resist necrotic. How much do we think that armor of necrotic resistance would go for? It is a rare item.
That would be, that'd be hard to get. That would only be around 7,000.
Okay, I don't think we can afford that one. However, potions of it are much cheaper. They are uncommon.
Oh, and it's a potion too, so that's like 250 gold.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy a bunch of them.
Okay.
I wonder if we should pick some up of other
Yeah, is that
abilities
up
as
there,
well.
Sky?
No, it's upstairs in the bedroom. Sorry.
I'll assume you guys do all this at the beginning of the first 10 day, because it's going to take the full 10 days for them to, one, get the order all the way to Waterdeep, or
Yeah.
Neverwinter, the Sword Coast in general, and then
Right.
two, have it go from
Right.
the Sword Coast back down to you guys. Because,
You said it was 250 for each of those potions, right?
yes,
Okay.
because this city is where trade happens, but most of the crafting does not happen here. This is just the trade
Yeah.
city
Right.
that connects the Sword Coast with the rest of Toreo, essentially, in terms of trade and stuff. They have good ties with Neverwinter and Waterdeep. But alright, so you guys order that Amazon Prime. You get it all, and the little drone comes and drops it off for you, whatever. After that, Zeb says, "Hey, I'll be at that teleportation circle whenever you guys are ready."
Okay. Let's see. Other things I was thinking of. Well, one, I'm gonna go to whatever is the nearest bookstore and buy a shitload of whatever books I think would interest kids, and I'm gonna donate them to Azra's orphanage.
Okay, you get 50 gold worth of books from Wakanda's library. He's got the one library in the whole city. So.
And then if there is anything that he has that looks particularly interesting to me, that is probably more advanced than kids would be into, then I would like to buy that for my personal library.
The history of Mesro
Mm-hmm.
would probably be
It's mine. How much does he want for it?
25 gold.
Done.
It's a really nice hardcover one, so that's why.
And then having gotten all these fancy books, she realizes, it might be nice if we're going into the plane of water all the fucking time. I'm gonna see if I can get, like, a chest, like a small chest or something, or some kind of bag That's I want a portable bookshelf.
A bag of holding, per se?
Kind of, but like I was thinking one for books, just because like I guess there's no hurt in actually just putting them in the bag of holding.
You mean a book bag of holding?
Hey, Havers, handy sack?
I mean, I guess I have a bag of holding. I can just put them in there.
You get yourself a book bag of holding, and that's
Okay.
another 500.
Okay, done.
That's a very common and mass. Well, the book bag version isn't, but bag of holding is a very common and mass-produced item for adventures.
And then I just buy like a bunch of other miscellaneous ones that look interesting, just because like that's her thing.
This book bag of holding kind of opens up like an accordion. You can like put your book in a specific spot. You know,
Wonderful.
Nice.
almost like a filing cabinet. You know, you get it like alphabetical order. You get like the tabs.
Yeah.
It uses a wizard named Dewey's decimal system for organization.
Ataman's book bag of holding.
Like, Jordan, I really like the system that the Circle of Congress uses, but you know, I mean, it works.
This wizard named Dewey seemed to have a good decimal system for organizing this.
He's a bit racist, though.
You guys good?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I bought there are
Let's go
7 of us.
slaughter some Yanti.
So I bought 10 potions of necrotic resist just in case.
Right. Zeb's gonna make. While he's with the Nixies, he's gonna make stuff. I think that he bought the spear. He didn't make it. He's not a weaponsmith. He can't make that.
And then there's one more thing that Dag wants because she is something of a hoarder, and I can't believe it never occurred to me until now. Can I find me a robe of useful items?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I kind of in our break, and we're recruiting things for the orphanage Azra. At some point, I tell you of our adventures that we had at the wedding we went to.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think we've already covered most.
Right, and I hand you a strange file that I explained to you as a vial of love that I don't feel comfortable holding because I don't have a desire for this thing. But then I look over at you and Chung and I say, maybe you could use it.
She just puts it in her bag and does not say a word.
The robe of useful items is 450 gold.
Cool.
Let's see what all you got on it additionally.
By the way, Varth in character seriously thinks that you two are a thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He actually thinks that.
These are the
you learn that over the period of time that you're hanging out with him.
For Dagger, these are the additional patches on your robes, so you'll want to write these down. I'm rolling them right now. 4 potions of healing. Coincidentally, Zebediah bought everybody the 1 step up from potion of healing that does 44 plus 4 healing. So everybody has one of those as well. He bought one for everybody.
Everyone has a what?
I forget what it's called. Oh, Potion of Greater Healing. It does 4d4 plus 4 healing.
Nice.
So it's twice as good as a normal potion of healing. You'll have a silver coffer, 1 foot long, 6 inches wide and deep, worth 500 gold as one of the patches. It's pretty weird, but okay.
It's portable money.
A bag of 100 GP as a patch. Wow, you were looking out on this. A wooden ladder that's 24 feet long.
Okay.
I love the wooden ladder. I'm sorry, the wooden ladder is my favorite patch.
Another bag of 100 gold. Jesus.
Okay.
You really scanned this merchant, I'm just telling you.
I know, like, But the one time the Dag's like, I don't really need the money. I want the stuff.
Another patch of 4 potions of healing.
Oh, hell, that's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Holy
Potions are
shit.
always amazing.
We are set.
And probably the best one you could have for this situation.
Tree.
Holy water?
A pit. A 10-foot cube, which you can place in the ground within 10 feet of you.
Yeah, okay. That,
the tit trap.
I rolled these random, by the way, which is why you had like 50 potions of healing now.
Oh, by the way, Azra, when Varth is handing you that vial of love, he also strangely notices he has two potions of holy water in his backpack he forgot were there. Do you want one of these?
I think we should leave them. We'll leave them with the kids so they can wash the plates.
also,
right,
though, we're going to fight an undead.
Oh. We'll leave one with the kids and we'll take one with us.
Okay.
All right, that sounds good.
Zebediah
It's like,
he has an
I
empty
got one
vial.
now, and I erased the other one, and we left it with the kids so they can wash the plates.
Zebediah has one vial, and he just like dips it into a fountain in the city, puts a cork on it, and he blesses it, and he gives it to the kids.
oh,
Aww.
he's a
There's
good
so
man.
many benefactors now.
Because he finds that adorable, and he likes doing good. So that works. Oh, he also does like Aang from Avatar with the little 2 balls that he spins in his hands, with like prestidigitation tricks for the kids before he goes.
Watch this.
He uses prestidigitation for little silly tricks like that.
Sit and play. That brings back memories. Weird. Let's go.
Yeah, I like to think that half of the kids are like learning to be druids, and then the other half are learning to be wizards with me.
Oh,
That's Zebediah's
We
dream.
have little like
Oh,
prestidigitation
definitely.
classes.
That's Zebediah's
Oh,
dream.
definitely. Yeah, I'd say we split it 50-50. Those we teach them wizardry and
definitely.
druid. Because some of the kids will be wiser than the other ones. They might have wise ones
just
that'll be
like,
better druids,
bards have
and then
spells.
Yeah.
I get the class
intelligent ones
clown.
that can be.
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple.
Yeah,
There's a couple
and
who
agree.
like really play like harmonica or like shitty drums. I'm just
Oh,
like,
God.
man, you're for dang.
Oh, damn. My like plus 12 and having to listen to shitty recording by 10-year-olds. Oh God, you're an insult to that instrument, but good job, you're trying.
Enhanceability.
Yeah.
That's all Dax classes is just casting enhanceability, so she doesn't have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, there is not a merchant prince for housing.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Weird. Who handles how you buy property?
That they did not cover, which is surprising.
That is weird.
You know who would probably handle that? The mayor of the city.
The mayor.
Which, if there isn't one, would probably just be the portmaster.
You mean the merchant princes, because they're the rulers of the city.
Yeah, they're the rulers of the city. It would probably
I
be
would
Zinda.
say they, yeah, and I would probably say they all take turns determining who can buy property and who can't, based on how they take the city.
Before you guys go, Zebediah gets himself a meeting with the princes, and buys that section of land that the orphanage is on, so it can stay there, not have issues. And he also donates 2,000 gold to the orphanage.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
Now we got all the stuff to teach the kids wizardry with.
Yeah.
And
That all just goes into
druidity.
spell components, yeah.
And as you guys
Right.
We'll feed the kids first.
as you guys pass the memorial that Zebediah made that has all the heroes that were in the Tomb of the Nine Gods, you see there's already some graffiti on it, and he like uses prestidigitation to get rid of some of the graffiti as
Nice.
you walk it by.
I do prestidigitation to graffiti, like, B-Team was here.
He like cleans it and you're like quietly doing it behind his back.
Yeah. It's like I do a little dinosaur wearing a tutu.
Yes.
B
You know,
team. Our symbol for B team is a dinosaur with the
Yeah,
tutu.
it is.
Oh my God.
It is.
I love it.
You
It's
know-
just a little stegosaurus with the tutu around him.
Definitely.
You notice that he does not clean off the pterodactyl poop from the pterodactyls that land on top of it, but
Oh. That's nice.
he cleans
He's got
off any of the
standard.
he cleans off any human interaction with the memorial.
You said +1 armor is relatively cheap, right?
Yeah, it's only 500 gold plus whatever the armor costs.
Okay, then I'm probably gonna get +1 armor for both Tess and myself, because neither of us have magical armor yet, shockingly.
All right.
So I think it'd be like probably like 525 or something, because armor is light armor is hella cheap.
Hello.
Yeah, and I think we're good. I'm gonna pass out the potions of resist necrotic to everyone, and I'm going to make sure that there are 7 of us, so 3 people get to double up. I'm going to say that the 3 people who are in combat the most should get the double one. So the Baron gets 1, gets 2, Tess gets 2, and Chung gets 2, and everyone else gets 1.
2 what?
2 of a potion of resist necrotic damage.
I don't need that.
Oh, you don't?
You already resist necrotic, or are you immune to it?
Resist.
Bleh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool. Well, somebody else can get. What? 2 more people can get 1.
He sees necrotic damage and he goes, "It's a little bleh."
How long does the potion last?
An hour.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Oh wow. Okay.
Most passive things, it's an hour.
Okay.
I'll say maybe Azra, you get an extra one, and maybe Zeb, since the 2 of you are most likely to like stay out of combat, you'll be the ones who can deliver it if somebody needs it, like if it gets dispelled or something.
Does anyone? He asked if anyone feels like they need any help to concentrate on spells. Like if they get hit, do they feel like that'd be a weakness for them? AKA, do they feel like they need a concentration boost? A con boost?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it, but also I don't do a lot of concentration. So probably Varth first.
Yeah. I already have advantage because of Warcaster feat.
Zebediah gives you this crystal geode stone-looking thing. It kind of looks like a soul gem from Skyrim, but instead of purple, it is this bright emerald green, and he hands it to you. And he explains to you that being a transmutation wizard, it's his transmuter's stone. And while you have it on your possession, you have proficiency with Constitution saving throw.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Neat.
Nice.
So he gave that to Varth, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
He says, don't worry, if you lose it, he can make another one during a long rest.
How long does it last?
As long as you hold it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It literally lasts forever until destroyed. When he died, I was going to have that go to one of the other party members. Sphere of Annihilation, so never
Right.
happened. Alright, so you guys are all set. You got your old gear. You got like the beginning of the Xena show where you guys are like strapping on the armor and it's like this big montage of gearing up. You got like the rainbow, like you're putting the eyeliner on, you know, you got the red headbands.
For the first time since you have seen him, Varth is now wearing armor. It also, it is scale mail that is made of fish scales.
I imagine it's kind of like that little bit of iridescent, like pearly sheen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I have my genie vest on top of it.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Zebediah suggests maybe somebody should disguise as a Yanti. He volunteers if no one else will.
I don't unfortunately have that spell, though I had considered picking up a hat of disguise since those are really useful.
You say that, and he's like, yeah, they are. And he looks down, he looks kind of sad.
I've already done it once. One more time just to kill them all. It's not going to hurt me.
In fact,
it's an uncommon item. It's an uncommon item. I could get I'm gonna buy a hat of disguise because why not? I have money.
The Zebediah makes it for you. It's a straw hat.
Oh, okay.
He takes reeds and stuff and makes them into a hat for you.
Oh shit! Does it require attunement?
Probably.
Shit, it does. Shit.
If you do you get it?
I think all of us are filled up on attunement. But I can get a
no,
scroll
Varth's
of
got
it.
an open.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Would Varth be willing to
I
do
just
it?
got rid of
though?
my braces of defense.
Oh yeah.
Would Varth be willing to do it, though, is the question.
I've already
Because
done
we
it
wouldn't
once.
pressure you to.
It's disguise self. The hat, you can just disguise self at will
Yeah.
with it on.
I think you'd be the most convincing as a Yanti if we're going to
That's
try and
true.
infiltrate. So it should be you.
I agree.
Alright, so he gives you the Samurai Jack-esque hat. Put it on. And,
Yep.
Oh, shit, we never bought scrolls of, remove curse. And
Oh yeah.
Can you, which one of those can you cast, Varth?
I can cast Greater Restoration.
if you can cast Greater
Okay.
Restoration, you should be able to cast Remove Curse, right?
I think you can do both.
I'm pretty sure
No, I
Druids
don't
can.
think Druid can remove.
No, Druid
Really?
does not get remove curse.
Oh,
The
damn.
only one in the party who
Oh.
can is you, Azra,
That's
so I'm
weird.
gonna buy a scroll of that.
Okay. And I'll hold on to it.
How much
If I
does
can just memorize a bunch of Greater Restoration the next day, because that's not going to immediately kill.
I'm going to
You
say,
can get remove curse? Oh shit, yeah, it's a Warlock spell as well. I didn't read that one, sorry.
what is that, uncommon?
I'm looking, I think so, yeah. I have to get to the page with the scrolls.
For now, let's just go 350. We'll go 350 gold.
Oh,
Whatever.
it is uncommon, yes.
Okay,
It's right on that line. Apparently, fourth is where it goes up to rare.
okay, 350 gold.
Should we get one or two or what?
One's fine.
It's useful. I'm gonna. It's a round number. I'll get two, so it's 500 gold.
Okay. And then I'll have one of the Baron
Yeah.
can have the other.
So write those down.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you guys get to the teleportation circle that has the Uptown maze on it, Zebediah explains that this will teleport right to the royal palace in Omu, but he doesn't know what Omu was like. He was in the tomb, but he was magically teleported there and also magically teleported out from the entranceway. So he never actually got to explore Omu. He doesn't know what it's like.
Well,
Yeah.
conveniently, we do. I have seen it. I know what the because of the legend lore that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I even know what the keys looks like. So I'm going to sketch down in my journal my look back. Probably did it while I was doing this right after doing the spell. So that we know what we're looking for. Because as far as I know, we have to find these keys somewhere in the city of Omu to get into the front door.
That's of the tomb, though. We're not going into the tomb.
We might want to afterwards. I don't know what's in there.
Kill the fox.
Varth
Oh, I
knows,
That's
guess we
right.
slaughtered the Yanti. We're not going to go kill Mr. Fox.
Varth
Exactly,
knows,
Mrs. Fox.
Varth does know Omu at least a little bit. You probably didn't have permission to go through the city too much. Stayed in the lair and did like menial chores.
Right.
The aka cleaning up whatever the Hydra didn't eat. Dragging the dead slaves that died from overexhaustion to the Hydra pit or into the blood orgy pit. You know, one of the others. So you guys get there and he traces them the maze. And you guys teleport off.
Yeah.
You're immediately greeted by a city of magnificent, whitewashed buildings. They stretch out before you. Sunlight sparkles over the glass stones and windows. Yet not all is well. Black smoke coils from fires around the city. Corpses litter the streets, and wraiths circle the rooftops like vultures. A sphere of utter darkness grows out of the heart of the city, blotting out the light as it expands towards you. You turn away, and when you look back, the darkness is gone, and the city is half-flooded, overgrown, ruined. Thousands of bats swirl above this great ruin, and beyond this wall, you see crumbling arcades, fine-choked statues, empty plazas, buildings overgrown with bottom roots, streets that aren't flooded are choked with rubble. You realize that you're on top of the palace. People would be right on top of the palace in the middle of the city. Varth knows that the lair is below the palace itself. The palace is the entrance to the Yanti lair. What's everyone's
We are above the palace that is above the lair of the Yanti.
What is everyone's passive perceptions?
11.
19.
what's perception-based off of intelligence?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
All right. My passive is 14.
Okay.
12.
Dagger notices a humanoid lady and 2 snakes following her down below, going like up the ramp towards the palace. As you guys are standing up there, she looks to be of Asian descent. She has long black straight hair. You can
Hiding.
Does she
Azra's
look-
hiding.
Does she look like a human, or does she look like a UNT?
She looks like a human from this distance. Varth, after you point out and shush everybody, Varth immediately recognizes her as one of the other pure bloods. Her name is Humility. She disguised herself as an adventurer and went into the tomb, and it looks like she survived. You remember seeing her in the tomb when you were there for a brief time.
Her name is Humility. She is pure. She will look human from this distance. She is not.
She's a powerful bard.
How far away are we from her right now?
You are currently about, let's see, I would say about 50 feet up on this roof.
Remember, our ultimate goal is to kill the mummy Rasnisi. Everything else is secondary. The power vacuum that will come from his death will cause many Yonti to kill themselves. We are interested in getting in, killing him, and getting out. Getting to the tomb.
What I'm wondering is, can we use her for information? Do we want to stop her?
She's a powerful bard that was in the tomb.
Oh, she's gonna be a pain in the ass then.
You know she's carrying a harp with her, and like the horseshoe shape of the harp, it's like 2 snake heads going off each side.
Best bet is stealth.
Yeah, I guess we'll hide.
Give me stealth check.
Yep.
Well, group stealth check, I should say. Makes sense it's a group stealth.
Okay, so...
Oh boy.
14.
Oh, shit.
Zebediah got 12.
Oh, we got 14, 13, 12. That's funny.
11, 10, 9, 8. No,
15.
So Tung got a 9 because she has disadvantage because she's in plate mail.
makes sense.
However, Tess, even with advantage, which is bullshit, she only got a 15. And then Dag, god damn, all my dice hate me. Got an 8. Fuck, looks like we're gonna have to fight this bitch. Yeah.
I was half tempted to get the player. I was half tempted to invite her and see if she wanted to play the villain, because she plays a really good Yanti. She's got a busy schedule and she does a lot of work for the DM's Guild and Adventure League, so I don't think she'd have the time. Let's see. And definitely at this short notice. They do not notice you, as this is a group stealth and it's like averaged out all yours together.
Okay.
So even if one does kind of bad, the highest one kind of evens it out. So you, from what you guys can see, you do not get noticed by them as they go into the palace, out of sight.
We're looking for the back door. Remember, I've explained what it is. We have to get to it. It is our secret passage straight into where Rasnisi is.
Indeed.
Varth would know the 2 snakes that were following her weren't snakes. They were Yanti Malison, or Malison. I can never say that one right. But they're the next rank up from pure bloods. They can turn into snakes.
The 2 snakes following her were also Yanti. They can turn into snakes. They are dangerous.
Okay.
Let's go the way they weren't going.
Some of them, not all of them, but some of those, because there's multiple types, look like this. So it's like a human, and then one part of them is like a snake part. So they might have like a snake head, or their arms themselves are snakes instead. Or like Rasnisi.
I know it's terrifying, but snake arms is hilarious.
Yeah, snake arms is hilarious. I've always liked that one.
The Azra movie.
When since we're going for stealth, I can cast Enhance Ability, which would give all of us advantage on our stealth checks for an hour.
Good to know.
I can only do it, however, on a few of you. I can do it on 5 of the 7 of us. However, Tess is always really good at it. How about you, Baron? You're pretty stealthy.
Yeah. I'd be stealthier if I need to.
Like, what's your plus, is what I'm thinking. 2. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Zebediah would greatly appreciate it with his +0.
Okay.
I'm a +6, so I'm probably good.
Okay, so we'll leave Azra and Tess out, and everyone else gets it, and...
Wow, Azra's a sneaky girl.
Oh, yeah. Sneaky wizard.
Isn't that an arcane trickster?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a wizard sneaky.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast blow my 6th level spell on hopefully getting in there unseen.
All right. So Varth knows where the secret entranceway is, and it's to the side of the palace, and it's covered by foliage and stuff. It's kind of hidden, and even from the secret entrance, 2 of these of the same rank Yanti will be further into the cave, guarding the secret entrance, just in case. But it's a lot better than going through the front door.
Yeah.
So you guys, give me athletics checks as you're climbing down off the top of the palace.
Christ.
Unless you want to use something else to get down, like Featherfall or whatever.
How far down is it?
It's 50 feet.
Because I do have
There's plenty of spots to grab
rope and shit that we could tie off.
Okay.
Yeah, I can use my 50 feet of rope that I have to tie it off and try and help so that we don't all die when we fall, because inevitably someone will.
Does that give us advantage then?
Yes.
No. Does it? Okay. I don't know.
I mean.
Well, rappelling down a wall, I think normally gives you advantage if you have a rope and rappelling down a wall.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give it advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, I got a 16.
Okay. It's already an easy check because there's a lot of spots to grab on the walls and stuff. It's an old ruin. A lot of spots to hold on to. 14, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
16.
good. And 16.
Dag got a dirty 20.
Okay. Dag maybe hops twice and she's down.
Oh damn, Tess only got a 14.
Yeah, she's good.
Chung got a 12.
Yep, everybody got down good. I would say the Baron got down pretty easily. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Get down.
Get
Alright, so this passage winds into the bowels of the earth as you go through the secret passage. The air is wet and sticky, and the walls are slick with moisture. Harmless centipedes crawl across the floor as you descend. Does anyone have any light sources?
Do we think we're going to be seen in here, Varth?
Yes.
Okay, then I'd say whoever has dark vision lead us, and the rest of us will follow behind quietly. Tess does have that because she has magic items now.
Yep, she has those goggles you bought them in Neverwinter, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
I don't remember if water Genasi get dark vision or not.
I don't think so.
Water Genasi?
No, they don't.
Don't.
No.
But
I know I used to have it. I don't know.
you continue down here, keeping your stealth. I'll have you roll again. You're gonna.
I'm gonna be using Madi senses intimately so that I can smell the danger.
Okay, you smell snake.
See if anything smells like snake.
And dead bodies.
Okay, it smells like snake in here.
And
cool.
And fungus. And you smell fungus, surprisingly enough. Just
great.
Every so faint.
I love all of those things.
Let's see.
As long as it doesn't smell like moths, I think we're okay.
As you guys sneak down into this cave area, you can hear the water moving every once in a while in this underground lake. There are 2 rowboats sitting there, as you guys just like whoever's in front is just peeking around and they can see 2 rowboats. And guarding these 2 rowboats are these creatures. Very weird bestial snake men are just sitting there keeping watch. And we're going to end tonight's session with that. As you guys enter the fane of the night service.
Yay!
I'm so scared.
Oh boy.
Oh, well,
This
that's
is where that assassin class with the candies. Your NPC sister's assassin class.
Technically she doesn't have that, but yeah, she's she's in a good spot here.
Luckily, this isn't Chris Perkins running it, or you might have run into a Yanti Pureblood. It used to be a rogue adventurer.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You guys don't get to witness that, but that guy may or may not have one or two of the Dice Camera action crew.
Oh, my God.
Because Chris Perkins. So.
Yes, Chris Perkins.
Right.
Let's look at Assassin here. Actually, let's say with the amount of training and stuff, you guys are high enough level. You can upgrade Tess if you want to Assassin. But I'm not sure if that's something she would really go for. That'd be literally like training to kill people, not really training to
Yeah,
shoot.
it's not really her thing.
Yeah, she's more a thief than
And truth be told, she's relatively strong right now. She's got 84 hit points, and she has a +7 to hit with her weapons. Okay. Chung, however, is very quickly falling behind.
Chung? She
only has 32 hit points, and her max damage without magic weapons is 1d8 +3.
Chung, you can switch her to...
Azra, do you think Chung would be more of the barbarian or the fighter?
I think personality-wise, she's probably more barbarian, but the fighter is easier mechanic-wise because she's an NPC.
Yeah, I'm just seeing which of the NPC templates would make most sense with her. That is not Thug.
I don't have Volo's guide.
I'm looking right now.
Well, Monster Manual had...
All the martial people I'm seeing, they're a bit much. Like, Champion has 22 hit dice, so I'm not going to go that far.
I mean, she's been with us, but not that long.
Yeah.
Actually, Berserker's pretty decent. It's only a CR2, but they have 67 hit points. Oh, but the downside is she wouldn't be able to get to use her fancy-ass armor.
Yeah. I'm looking.
Mm-hmm.
Gladiator. Ooh. Gladiator will work. Choose a Gladiator now.
Oh, shit. That's a lot of hit points. Okay, yeah.
Alright, so...
I mean, she's a tank, yeah.
Anybody got any last things to say before we end the stream?
Nope. I don't have anything tomorrow. My crew will be playing Stars Without Number, but I will not be with them, unfortunately, because we're meeting a friend. Stay tuned sometime, maybe within the next week or two. You may see some of us playing Dragon Heist. I'm thinking probably Sunday mornings, around 9 or so. Unsure if we'll be streaming it or if we'll record it and then post it later or what. But go check out our Twitters because I've been posting nothing but Dragon Heist for 2 weeks.
It's so good. It's such good content though. Slut Street, my favorite.
I literally died for 10 minutes when I found that out.
To go there.
Fun fact, if you guys look in the old editions of the map in Waterdeep and the North, there is a map of the city and a street that is now named Zolant or something street. It used to be named Slut Street. And they changed it
for
a reason unknown.
Not safe for print.
It is in, I think it's the Southern Ward, parallel to the High Road.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which, I cannot believe that I actually have seen this stupid map enough in doing my research and everything for this game that I now know the names of the roads.
All right. Well, if no one else says anything, we will be meeting up again for Trackless in 2 weeks. Same
Yeah.
time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard. I believe that is... Ooh, is that the 29th?
Yes.
Something like that.
Well, it would be the 30th for Madi, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the day my game demo releases. I'm gonna be very sleepy. Whole morning. I'm gonna be tired as fuck. That's fine.
Okay.
I think we have planned, I'm pretty sure I talked with Blake about this, we possibly are starting his Diesel Punk campaign on this channel next Saturday at 7 o'clock Eastern
Yeah.
Standard.
Ooh, cool.
Check it out, guys. It's going to be
Next
fun.
Saturday.
We've got Nightmares and
Let me
Mirrors
write that
in it. So some of the supplement for Nightmares and Mirrors will also be a major part of this campaign. So you get to see some of that mixed in there. And that will be a fun introduction to how crazy messed up this could be.
Yeah, and I'll be
It'll
playing...
be a lot of fun.
I'll be playing Iron Man Gnome, essentially. Where I'm going to be modifying armor and flying around in a full
Kobe
plate.
Sparks.
Nice.
Yeah. I was thinking Cody Sparks, but Kobe Sparks sounds better. I still need to make my character sheet. But anyway.
I think it went with Hazel Harding for my Inquisitive Road that can see all with a 22 passive perception at level 1.
So cool.
It's going to be so fun. I think the lowest passive perception of the group is like 16 or something, so it's ridiculous.
God.
Everyone's going to see everything. I love it.
Kobe Sparks may or may not be ignorant. I still need to make his character and roll up stats, or use the stats that you guys have. So,
Yeah.
I guess on that note, we'll end the stream here. Thank you everyone who watched here live and on YouTube later. And see you next time.
Or just get murdered by snakes.
Yay!
Yay!
I mean...